morning, gentlemen. It's 8:18 right now. I would like to, speaking of internment camps, I can make those jokes strictly because...
Hi, I'm George Takei, and I listen to the Big J Show.
So we have permission to make any sort of Japanese internment camp jokes or anything we'd like. The studio is officially invaded. It's the Asian Invasion Comedy Jam tonight and tomorrow night out at Manny's. And we have the two headlining Asians. Do you guys usually do shows like as comedians, or are you usually as Asians? Is that usually the thing that it's like, we're Asians and like, oh, P.S., there's going to be some comedy too?
As Asians. Well, only if I bring the costume.
I used to do it as a Puerto Rican, but I got the LASIK surgery. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, man, now I'm Asian.
I gotta do it. I got that same surgery.
Isn't that amazing?
From Morledge Family Eye Clinic and Surgery Center right here in Billings.
I got it
place.
from TLC. Yeah. I have a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really? Yeah.
When my eyes go bad, I get a recut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I actually specifically request that no Asians be at the show except me. So
really?
This weekend's kind of weird. Kevin's here. Lucas here. It's kind of weird,
man. I
man.
mentioned earlier on another show that Asian invasion seems a little scary for some of these white folk.
Yes, it does.
Because there are probably World War II veterans and Vietnam vets. They're like, Asian invasion?
That's what I said. Somebody
us?
asked, what's the Asian invasion earlier this week, and I said, it's at the Metra, which is our large pavilion here. I said, out of the grandstands. I said, there's a bunch of Asians they're bringing in, like extra ones.
Bunch.
I said, they're from Asia, and they're like criminals. They're bringing them over here, and I said, they're on one side of the field with weapons that they've fashioned back home, and whoever comes out, starts on the other side of the field, and then they just blow the horn, and I'm like, you just fight to the death. It's
like
Asian
the Hunger
invasion.
Games?
Yeah, it was very similar to the Hunger Games.
Exactly.
I can be Katniss?
Yes, you are Katniss.
Man, that chick is grown on me. Like, you don't realize who she was till you saw her in Hunger Games. Do you see her in the X-Men?
Yes!
My God. Her
As Mystique, she was so...
her toddies.
Somebody wants to know if you guys have tried Lucas's mom's egg rolls yet.
Yes, I tried them yesterday.
What can you and what first of all, let's clarify your descent.
I'm Korean.
So as a Korean, these Laotian egg rolls, how do they compare with other types of egg rolls?
Well, first of all, I am Korean, but I'm adopted by white people like you.
Oh, so you're fake. You're
devils,
fake like Lucas.
yes.
Even though Lucas's parents are Laotian, they're still white.
So I tried the egg rolls, and what was funny is the first thing he said to me, "Oh, there's my parents' car. They have a nice Escalade." I go, "Oh, what do they do out here? They sell egg rolls." I'm like, "Man, are you messing with me?" He's like, "No, seriously, we sell egg rolls, and not like at a restaurant too. You sell them at a cart."
Yeah.
Like, you're like a Mexican dude with ice cream. But
That's like me giving karate lessons on the highway.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, Eliot Chang, I'm here in town. If you got some wood you want chopped in half with bare hands, I'll be down by the kiosk at the mall. Just bring on down your wood. And,
I know. And then all of a sudden, 6 years later, after like 9,000 kids cut boards, you're driving around in the Eliot Chang custom karate Escalade. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I was coming to town. Lucas is like, yeah, you gotta try my egg rolls. I'm like, dude, come on, I'm into chicks, dude. You know that. Come on.
Did you grow up here?
I did. I'm born and raised here in Billings.
Is this McLovin?
This is McLovin.
I have a question.
He's the one that compared when I said the other day, it's the Asian Invasion coming up next weekend at Manny's, and he said it was like the rise of the Planet of the Apes. And he really has a whole clarification here, so I'd like to...
Explain yourself.
Here's what happened. Jay, you know it's going to be good when it starts with, here's what actually happened.
Take off the hood first, but go ahead.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Right.
We can't hear you through that white hood.
Okay, sorry, it's muffled. Jay said the Asian invasion is coming. They're invading us. And I compared the invasion, not the Asians.
Like Planet of the Apes. But that was the worst analogy ever. You said
you guys,
couldn't be stormtroopers.
Like the red coats. You could even said that.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying like you guys are chimpanzees or like
He's like,
like
he
orangutans.
He said, you guys aren't like chimpanzees. And I'm like, well, thanks for that, McLovin. And he goes, yeah, they're not nearly as intelligent.
Wow.
I was like, whoa.
That part actually didn't happen.
He's very,
You're
very...
we were listening to that. I'm like, that reference makes no sense.
I know. It was
He could have been like, yeah, so it's going to be like the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
So
I'm like, what?
This is the question I want to ask. You guys grew up here.
Yeah.
We just drove here, and we drove past the Paradise Spa.
Yes, that is
Has
what you think it
anyone
is.
frequented
No.
there?
I've never even, I don't even know where it's at.
But I can say I have been in the Tokyo sauna. And yes, any of those places, they do deliver what your people generally deliver at these types of places if you need
just
to go.
great massages?
Just
what are you getting at exactly?
Animal.
I don't understand.
Just fantastic
Here's the whole
massage.
thing. Like, I've been to those things, like L.A. and San Francisco.
I've been to one in L.A., as a matter of
But
fact.
I went to Korea, right? I was in Korea visiting. I actually met my birth mother, And what was funny, I showed up.
Do you
and
feel
they
like a
have
total
these-
poser, by the way, when you go back? Do you feel
Oh,
like
it's the worst.
Like
It's
a
the
dude,
worst.
like
They
a
go-
business guy in like skateboarder
They
clothes?
literally they go, you smell like butter. Like they immediately know that I'm American. So all over Korea they have those barber poles, right? All over downtown Korea or so, and I'm like, oh, they really like to cut hair. And my buddy's like, no. I went with PK. He's like, no. Those are massage places. So they're all over. So we went after drinking like at 3 till 3 in the morning. I show up, we get the massage. This is how nice Koreans are. After the ooh la la, I passed out. They let me sleep for 6 hours. 6. I woke up. I was like, my kidneys, my passport.
And there's like
the sun was coming up, and I heard other people snoring. They just let you sleep.
they bring tea in.
Yeah, they just let you sleep.
You heard other people snoring with other people in the room?
Yes, they're like curtains,
Yeah.
and then they're all like
It's
lined
like
up.
it's like a triage.
It's like it's like a
party.
happy ending factory.
And
Exactly.
and Kevin, so this is where you met your birth mother?
Yeah, the day after I met my birth mother. Yeah,
In the parlor? In the
that
parlor?
wasn't that night.
yeah. She's like, nice to meet you, son. Oh.
Yeah, I saw you last night. You're not my son. Well, that's beautiful that you got to meet her. Did you ask her, or did you thank her for giving you up for adoption? Were you
Yeah.
thankful to be raised by white parents, or do you wish you
That
would have
sounded very Nazi of you, but
I know most of the stuff I say
she
does.
didn't speak any English. But I did find out that.
Oh, so you just got to really see her
yeah,
and
yeah.
like touch her.
Yes,
It was kind of
we did
such-
touch each other for a while. It was very
Did you use
surreal.
flashcards?
And I told her it was the day after my 30th birthday I met her,
Mm-hmm.
right? Check this out. And then I was like, oh, I just turned 30. She goes, no, you're not 30. You're 28.
Whoa!
They messed up my birth records at the adoption.
She's like, I know
awards.
exactly when I left you on the side of
Yes.
the road. I know
That-
exactly
She
when.
knew when she abandoned me.
What if she told you weren't Korean, you're a Jedi? Like, wouldn't that be awesome if like there was some really cool thing?
I would have mentally split her in half and then put her back together.
Oh, I love
This is not the Koreans that you're looking for.
Yes. Yeah, I love it. Well, that's a cool story though that you
Yeah,
went back.
man.
Lucas goes back and builds houses
No, you
or builds
don't.
schools and stuff.
You're
to
like
Laos,
the Tim
yeah.
Tebow without the football talent or the
Exactly.
fame.
Or
you have
the-
fame.
and-
You have fame.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's the biggest Asian comedian in Billings by far.
By far.
Well, no, not even by.
No.
Now he's training
No,
up all
there's,
these other.
By
apparently
height-
there's
by
another
height
dude
alone?
named
Yeah.
Asian Pete.
That's the thing. He's like making the mistake. You guys don't get it as like Asian people, but like you should try to limit the number of Asian comedians. Like, and in your world, you don't understand that. And like Lucas is trying to
Wait,
build
I don't even understand in our world.
in the comedy world.
Oh,
like,
in the
Trying to
comedy
make a new
world.
stereotype.
Like there should only be one really, really hacky physical comedian. Dan
Yes.
Cook's got it. Like nobody else should do that. Like there should be one like main Asian comedian. Like
Dude.
it should be like the Hunger Games
Are
of
you,
comedy.
Real quick, are you a Dane Cook fan?
No.
Here's the thing: is I don't have a problem with Dane. It's just it became really fashionable to make fun of Dane.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at an Oscar party and we were just talking about this. I got so wasted, and my buddy who invited me to this party won't let it down. I was so wasted, blackout. I was just Dane, I'm a good fan, and I shot. I'm not even a big fan, but he's like, you were so drunk, and you were like grabbing his arm, and you're like,
Just
oh,
creepy.
Dane. I was like, oh,
You
so
gotta love that.
Dude, it's
embarrassing.
funny because everywhere you go, when you're out of town, when you're out of LA, everyone always asks you about like, hey, do you know Dane Cook?
Yeah.
And we all know him because we're all at the Improv, and like, what do you think of him? Because we know like he's hated by a lot of people.
Hate it. And
And but the thing is, I always say the same thing. I'm like, dude, he's always nice to me.
See, and that's what I've heard from every comedian. I personally don't like. I don't think he personally is a jerk.
Right.
I just don't like my style of comedy. Like I like to be caught off guard.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I'm just like
You
I
like
do,
Anthony Jeselnik.
I do. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I love people like that. Like
Yeah.
I do comedy myself. So it's like I want to be caught off guard. I want to be surprised. I want it to be like wittier than I expected. Like to me, Dane relies a lot on like physicality
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
which to me is a cheap
Well,
crutch.
you know, the only thing, the whole Dane thing, I think it kind of gets to me because after a show, they'll come up to me like, hey, man, nice job. You know who I don't like? Dane Cook. I'm like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah,
Are you going to buy a T-shirt or what?
exactly. Yeah.
Hurry up.
Like
Dude,
you
but
guys,
I get it.
Hurry up.
Though. I understand why someone would not like his act. I get it. You know, I personally happen to enjoy it. And I have a total. And it's okay.
make
This is
out.
my embarrassing Dane Cook story because this is when he did that movie, My Best Friend's Girl.
Don't
right?
talk like you don't know.
What?
yeah, I know. He's like thinking about it.
He's like, oh,
No.
what is that
I was
movie?
trying to remember the name of the movie. He did the movie My Best Friend's Girl, and the week before, someone introduced him with the wrong credit. They're like, yeah, he's in this movie, My Best Friend's Wedding, which is a Julia Roberts movie from years ago. And I remember saying, I was at the show, and I'm like, oh, MC's a jackass. How do you screw that up? Next week, I bring up Dane. What do I do? And Dane tells me, he's like, hey, listen, remember, it's My Best Friend's Girl. not my best friend's wedding. I'm like, dude, dang, come on.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. First thing out of my mouth, all right, great movie coming out next week. My best friend's wedding. It didn't even dawn on me. I walk up. First thing Dane says, "Yeah, I'm in that movie that came out 5 years ago." Anyway, and I'm like,
I just did that the other day. I have this thing where like I try to relate too much to races, like not you guys so much, but like
because we don't count. We don't count.
But specifically to black people. And I had Dr. Dre, not the real one, but the one from Yo MTV Raps, and Ed Lover.
Love Ed Lover.
I had Ed Lover and Dre.
Yeah.
We had him on the show earlier this week, and I started the interview. I'm like, "What's up, boys?" And I'm like, you don't call a black person boy. And like in my head, I totally like it stops my interview, and I'm just like on autopilot, like, "Oh, so what's up?" And like in my head, I'm just like, "Why'd you say boy? Like what?" And then 2 more times, it's like that. Like it got locked in my head. I'm like, "Right on, boy." Like I'm like, "What am I doing? Why do I keep saying boy?"
Did they react to it?
No, they were just like, because the way I said it was like,
as soon as they didn't react to it, you should have brought out your whip. That's how they listen.
I know, and that's what I played.
That's what you should have done.
I felt so
You're a horrible master. You know that?
Horrible, but they were really cool. They were cool guys. You guys could be racist. That's fine, by the way. Honestly,
totally racist.
Racism is acceptable to the FCC.
No, let me tell you. I think being not
here it comes.
racist is overrated. I think you have to be a little racist to get it out. Like on my YouTube videos, I used to get really mad when there was like racist comments, like if someone put like "you stink chink," like I used to get so mad. But I was like, you know what?
That's clever though, because it rhymes.
You know what? But I'm like, I did something good. Like this dude in like Kentucky, he's sitting in his office. He sees my video. He goes, "You stink chink," and he's like, "Whew, I feel better. Now I don't have to go home and beat my wife."
Exactly. You probably saved a child from a big beating.
Yeah, I saved that wife's face.
And now you got
You're
a name for
welcome.
your new CD.
You stink chink.
You stink chink.
Hey,
Oh God, people are gonna be heckling that.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a chant. Like if you guys are late on stage, which
God.
happens at every comedy show, it's just gonna be "you stink chink." Yeah, exactly. Bring the stinky chinkies. All right. Speaking of that, coming up next, we'll have more with the
Don't even say
Kevin
it.
Shea and
Yeah.
Eliot Chang from the Asian Invasion right after this on Hot. Weather is brought to you by the continent of Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, weather downtown right now when McLovin here. No, I was trying to look up nudie pictures of Christina Milian. Sorry, Jay, I forgot you had a radio show to do.
Wait, she was the one that used to date Nick Cannon, right?
No, she used to date She might have, I guess, but her big relationship was with a famous rapper. But we'll let McLovin get that detailed after he looks up porno pictures of her for you guys. 57 degrees. Today we're looking for a high of 86. This weekend is going to be rainy and 63-ish. But yeah, no, pulled up some pics. She did, like at the time we had her on The Dream. Yeah, that's the news is Christina Milian and ex-husband, The Dream, reunite. So The Dream was the guy she's
He's
the
R&B
rapper.
singer.
Who's the Dream?
He's a rap. I wonder, I think we got...
Isn't the Dream the guy from Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
I think it's a different one.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Isn't he like
Punch Out.
he's the last guy
God.
you fight before
did
Mike
not
Tyson.
Bring up Mike Tyson's Punch
The
Out.
Dream.
Here's The Dream. This is The Dream.
Shorty rock to the beat for your boy. Shorty, yeah, do it, yeah. Rock to the beat for your boy.
Doesn't he?
It would sucks because I can't play it and talk to you guys because of the McLovin doesn't give our guests all headphones and like tell everybody to wear headphones and
So
stuff.
are you obsessed with Christina Milian? Like
No.
Elliot,
Dude, I am so obsessed with
Would
her.
you would you sleep with her if she?
Hell yeah.
If she no
you,
wait,
dude, you
hold on.
don't have to finish the sentence.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. What if she got a bad car accident, right? And she was just a torso and one arm.
Okay. Now, can the badge?
Where's the torso?
Yeah. Can the badge be reattached to another part of her body?
Why would you reattach? The badge is still there.
Oh, the badge is still there.
Yeah, the
I thought you said it
torso.
was just a torso and an arm.
Yeah. But the head is still there, but one limb.
No, I thought you meant literally. It's just her torso and her arm.
No, but
And you know what? I was gonna say yes. I'm still gonna say yes.
I can't. I
Dude,
need
she
legs.
is so fun. I said off air, I would kill everyone in here by hand for a
I need
crack.
legs. I need legs.
We've got the autographed Christina
Oh
Milian
my
thing
God.
up
If you
in
guys
here,
can leave
so.
the room, just leave me with the poster for a few minutes, man.
No, yeah.
Well, we play this game. We'll play it with you.
This is really funny too, by the way. They said, as you were saying something about if she got in a car crash, somebody texted in and wanted to know if any of you Asians caused a car crash on the way over here.
Oh, listen, I had 2, and that is my minimum. So on the way over.
What is the deal with all the Asian stereotypes? Like, are any of them true?
Okay, I figured out why Asians are bad drivers.
Oh, so it's really a true stereotype? I mean, because there's not enough of them here for me to know if that's a real stereotype.
It's mostly the ones that fobs, like that are fresh out the boat. And there's a reason why is because in Asia, especially like no matter Korea or even in Laos, everything's so tight. So they drive really close to each other. So they don't have like a personal bubble space.
Oh, I see. So like when they're like right next to you about to hit you, you're like, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, oh, we so friendly.
Well, here's the thing. In like Korea, so like when I was there, they're all so bad that they're all so good. Because they all drive so bad. Like
it's the same in Italy. Like with these scooter, when I went to Italy with scooter drivers, it's like here, you just drive in your lane. Like they're like in and out of traffic next to each other. It's like they're so used to being
in Korea,
that defensive.
They just drive over the curb. They don't even care. It's like how. Like, you ever see, like, a music song is so bad, it's so good? Yeah. What's a really bad movie?
But that's Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Thank you, McLovin.
Yeah. It's like the Asian invasion.
Well, by the way, me, Lucas, and Kevin ran into each other just in the hallway, so that's kind of messed up just as Asian drivers, I guess. I don't know. I guess we're pretty bad.
What is he? I mean, well, that's interesting, though, that's a legitimate stereotype. Because you got to wonder. Like, I mean, it's like those black guy stereotypes. Like, I had to get a black friend so I could ask, like, is this true? Is this true? Like,
but I've never seen a black guy eat watermelon.
See, my black friend does like watermelon and stuff.
But that's a dumb stereotype because everyone eats watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon's just good. I know that stereotypes are so broad. Like, dude, black people love food, dude.
Listen, every time a black guy has mugged me, I've asked him, do you want some watermelon? And he's like, no. Yeah. I'm like, okay, see? So not all stereotypes are true.
I did see a black man order $80 worth of KFC once, though.
Really?
That's a true story.
Wow.
With
you
a
are
fat
the
white woman.
worst.
I know this
you
whole
are the
time.
worst.
I love McLovin's voice. Because every time you speak, I'm expecting you to go, by the way, do you want to see my poster of 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager? I have it in my wallet
That's
right
his
here.
sound. Like,
do you have the best freaking voice for
anytime we need to get him, like, just the McLovin thing, you just go, good. And, like, everybody knows, like, then you're just McLovin. But so, I mean, so far he's been, like, racist.
When you saw that dude order all that chicken, did your head just explode? What did you say?
I immediately went online. I went online and told everyone.
First of all,
I knew it. It was before the whole like social media thing. So I just texted one of my friends and I just said, "Dude, you won't believe what I just saw. It was unbelievable."
Why is that unbelievable, though?
I'm surprised you were like, I knew it.
Anybody eating that much
I knew
food.
it.
You thought it was like for the one guy? Probably you didn't assume.
No, I said it was him and his fat white.
Do you hear him? He's trying to get out of it. He goes,
I
can't believe they ate that much food. Really, you fat bastard? Look at you. You 230-pound mess. You're sitting here that you've never seen anyone eat that. Don't try to get out of being racist. Just be racist.
This is when I was 130 pounds.
Yeah, he used to not be
oh my God.
I realized that
You're
people
the
could
worst.
eat that much.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out.
You are the worst. But
McLovin's like, wow, that guy's walking away with a light snack.
Stereotypes are easy.
Yeah,
Stereotypes are easy. It's just like when you get frustrated, that's the first thing you go to. Is stereotypes. Oh, I do it all the time.
Dude, he's the best. For you guys just should live with this guy for. I mean, you would have material for months. Like, this dude's the best. Like, his thing isn't stereotypes, but like whenever he gets called out on something, his mind immediately goes to who else can I blame for something else?
That's so
you're like, dude, McLovin, you were late for work, and he's like, Jen left the dishwasher open yesterday. Like, just like every time you'll say something to him, you're like, dude, you're supposed to file those, and he's like, well, remember that time somebody came in late?
Wait, do you have roommates?
This is even better.
I moved in with my girlfriend after 3 months.
Okay, what?
So that's my roommate is my girlfriend.
Why are you touching your crotch and saying
I was making sure my zipper was up. It keeps falling
What
down.
is that, like a stereotype too? Like you're around Asians, you got to check your zipper.
No,
like they're gonna.
My zipper keeps falling down this
What are
morning.
you, an
so I was just making
assistant
sure it was up.
coach?
Yeah,
You creep.
Jerry Sandusky over there.
So
Come on, man.
So how did you meet your girl?
She worked up here.
Comic-Con.
She was, exactly. We were both.
No, that's nice.
No, it was very,
That's
very
kinda
nice.
nice.
It's a very nice relationship. He just.
What does
can't-
she look like?
She honestly is very normal looking for him. Like surprisingly. Like she is.
If you can believe that this mongoloid actually got a human being.
She's very, very. I mean, you look at her and you're like, that's a pretty normal girl. I mean, the girl.
You know what? I would admit, McLovin, I am jealous that you still have a girlfriend.
I know, and it's
I don't.
still like,
It's amazing.
You still don't?
Dude, good for
Still
you.
don't, man.
Yeah, no, that's
She's a cutie, man. Good for you, man.
Still single, bro.
I want to talk.
I love gingers. I love gingers,
I do
man.
too.
The more freckles, the better.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
love
want to be
gingers.
all orange and spots of white.
Gingers to me are like special. They're like unicorns, kind of. They're like so rare. It's like you're getting like a special treat, kind of, from God.
She's very nice, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, look at McLovin. Like, I mean, that's that. And here's the thing too. He treats her like crap. There was one. He's gonna hate for me telling this story on the air. I've told it on the air, right? Yeah. Okay, so I can tell this story. There was one time they were in a fight. You guys, I'm sure, are you in relationships or have been? You've been in a relationship.
There's someone I'm inside from time to time.
With a man or woman, whoever. But he was in a fight with her, and imagine this. You've been dating a month and a half, 2 months maybe at the time. You've been together. You're sitting there. You look like McLovin. Just take this in. You're sitting there with this beautiful girl. She's talking to him. He's upset for one because she wasn't putting out, and also just the conversation wasn't getting him going. And so he says, "Hey, you know what? If you're gonna keep being a bitch, you can just leave."
Oh,
wow!
Told her that,
Turner on him.
and she left and called back, and he said, "Okay, you can come back." After she apologized,
You know what?
Like,
You know
crack
what?
that whip.
McLovin, good for you.
Good for you.
Well, no,
Good
there
for
was a
you.
little more of me saying you should come back. But
okay.
she did
Oh,
come
that's
back.
crazy. And you know what's funny is like right now I'm at a state of mind where it's like maybe I should take relationship advice from McLovin.
No.
Yeah,
no,
you should.
No,
I mean, I just think about it. Look at McLovin.
I thought you honestly were back together. I knew you broke up, but I thought that got. Well, is it kind of rectified? Are you working things out, trying to?
She's 20, dude. Let
we
it go.
we tried.
She's 20.
I love hearing your
at
buddies trying to
Claire's.
talk you out of it. She's at Claire's.
He's at Claire's. Listen, so you tell him. He's like heartbroken about this girl. Like he's been 2-hour drive to Fort Worth.
This is gonna be my favorite part of the show. Just period. I just want you to know, like, I love
So he's talking
this.
about this girl, and he's like, I don't know, I'm moving back, or I want her to come out. It's just not working. So I'm thinking, they really like each other. They don't know what they want to do with the relationship. I was like, oh, well, what does she do for a living? It's like she doesn't do anything. She's 20. I'm like, she's 20, dude. She just got out of prom. She just literally she reads those Twilight books and thinks it's real. Like she's too young.
Lucas is defending her. No, she doesn't. She knows.
But I
it's
told
fake.
Lucas that's
First of all,
perfect.
one, she doesn't
perfect
read.
age. Dude, that's a perfect age. They're moldable.
Oh yeah, train
Totally
them up.
moldable.
Train 'em up.
Moldable. No.
Just give her a bag of scrunchies and that's it, man.
Not moldable at all.
Whatever the hell he
But
did.
here's the thing. Well, she doesn't act her age. She's very mature. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would attest to that.
What
Yeah,
is she at,
she's
21? So you mean to say she has a fake ID?
She's a solid 22. She's a solid 22. Yeah, at least on the maturity scale.
She knows when to get out of the ball cage, all right?
Yeah, exactly. But okay, so you're saying you don't think there's a chance? I haven't
I'm not
talked
saying,
to you.
I'm not saying I don't think
You're not
there's a
saying
chance.
no chance, but you're not working on things right now. Like you're not going to meet her after this and like have a talk or anything.
No.
When was the last time you talked to her? Like if you say last
face
night.
to face.
No, like did you text her last night?
Well, she just like texted me and asked a question.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are still. I mean, if you're still texting at night trying to pretend nothing's going on, like you're still.
No,
kinda
but
together.
like I'll be honest, like I was like, can I come over?
So she just asked a question like, is this your LA Dodgers hat that you left at my house? And you're like, can I come see if it is right now? Can I check?
Did you leave a penny over here?
So you texted her that you want to go over.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that she's the strong one.
Yeah.
She's the one that's standing up against Luke. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
She is mature for her age.
No, she's 20 and she's hot.
She's a hot 20-year-old
that's
that
what it
obviously knows the career path of a comedian and said, I'm bailing out of this fast. She's like, I'm gone.
Tell her what I told you yesterday. Man.
So I'm just talking about the relationship or whatever, and you can tell I'm like pretty sad or whatever.
Yeah, no,
about it.
I'm in a similar place.
I know exactly how you feel.
You and I are in rough. We're in rough relationship waters.
That's what I'm saying. We should just go to Vegas.
We should
bro.
make love in it. If we should just follow, yeah, we should take his advice.
But we were talking about it. Kevin, straight face goes, yeah, man. You know, one, she's 20, so you just gotta let her grow. You know, gotta let her grow. Or she could be the one. I'm like, what kind of advice is that?
That is great advice. Either you need to give her time, or you're ruining your whole life. One or the other. But yeah, go for it, man. That is great advice.
It's too young. It's like, how old's your girl?
See, it's my girl, but she's much older than me. She's like in her mid 30s, and I'm 28. So I go older. Like I go actually mature.
Really, my dude, my dude. My dude does the same
Kevin
thing.
chose today to finally be honest
My
with the
buddy,
world.
he does the same thing. He only dates girls way older than him, so he can be the hot one in the relationship.
Yeah, no, I'm not the hot one still. I date hot older chicks. I just date older chicks because the drama drives me nuts. Like
No, but I was
Exactly.
saying this, like Lacy is very attractive, right? But she's not going to get any hotter. You know? That's what I'm saying. Like she can't really get any hotter. My ex-girlfriend.
what if she? I mean,
But you know what? I've been working out and getting fit. I'm like, I'm just getting hotter.
oh, so that you're saying like she's already hit her peak.
Yeah.
You had her at her peak, and you're still gonna peak out. Like
Yeah.
you're still
I
gonna
haven't peaked out yet.
Wait, dude, do you hear yourself? Because you're like, and I can't deprive all the women of Billings, Montana of the future Lucas body that's about to happen.
Dude, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm going to crush you.
Ladies are texting in about your little egg roll. They're excited.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Contalee doesn't only make a tasty egg roll. She makes a
Lacy texted me, wow.
a well-made.
She's listening.
She's
to
listening
I know,
right
dude,
now.
dude.
Oh my God.
Let me just tell you, I mean, I feel his pain. I went off the other day. There's a girl that used to work on our show that McLovin got kicked off of here because he was way too mean to her. And it's a big, long story. It makes me very upset. But she was out there today, and she, the other day, was having a problem with a boy. And I went on the air and kind of told her I was feeling for her and likened it to my own relationship. But really, the whole time I was just saying, like, some people, just imagine this, it's kind of like what Lucas is doing. I was like, some people are just so selfish that they don't understand that other people have feelings. And so really it was just like I'm this huge on-air rant against my girl that it was really pretending it was about her. And like,
Right.
so then it's same thing exactly happened to me. I get a text right away saying like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. And like so I know that feeling of like,
brutal.
you're live on the air and you're in the middle of trying to entertain and people are
Well,
like giving you crap at the same
With
time.
that being said, there's still hope because she's listening to the show, knowing that you are on the show.
No, she just wants to have sex with me. She listens. So that's not because of Lucas.
She's a big J fan. She's not a Lucas City fan.
McLovin, I
She
just
doesn't like
realized,
my comedy.
McLovin, I just realized you're a mean nerd.
I know, that's what's awesome about him. Like, he'll meet people in public. He was at we used to have a place in the city where people could go to play video games. Like, they're that nerdy.
Oh, like those Asian centers
Yeah,
I'm talking
it
about?
was an
Yeah,
Asian center, but somebody tried to open one here. Chubbs went there.
Chubbs.
And he's there playing video games and stuff. Some kid comes up and gives him, like, a drawing, like, you're a fellow nerd. Here's a little nerd thing. His response, and this is from the people there. He has a different story, but
Like
the
a
people
fan.
there, the fan tells this story. McLovin took it, looked at it from the fan, crumpled it up, and threw it in the paper.
No. That's
Or in the
not what
garbage.
happened. That's not what happened.
I was justifying stuff.
Here's what happened.
And he'll say, here's what happened, and it'll be the exact same story.
I
He'll
was
just
there-
have, like, a
I was
justification.
there with my friends. It was a Halo tournament, okay?
Thank you for clarifying.
I'll kill you.
Hold on.
I'll kill you in Halo.
It was a photocopy of a Pokemon card.
So the
Okay.
guy's into
And
Pokemon.
I put it in my pocket, and then when nobody was around, I threw it away. They found it in the garbage later. So I
okay.
didn't like do it in front of him. I just like
Wait, let me get this straight. So this is
You
a
couldn't
fan.
take it home.
This is a fan, and you crumbled it up, put it in the pocket, and and threw it away 4 feet from the fan that just gave it to you.
Well, no, he was in a different room. It was right after.
It's a tournament. We were in room 3. They were in room 6.
Dude, you are the worst.
They're
These
not-
are your fans.
No,
I
he's
didn't
done
do
it
to be like malicious.
What are other dick stories of you?
I don't know. There's plenty.
I mean, I could tell the one about the girl that's not on the show anymore, but there's other ones from fans where fans have told stories about you, like turning your back on their kids and stuff. Like, you can't think of any. No, he's like notorious. Like, I'm notorious for being the nicest
Who do you
guy.
think you are, Michael
Like,
Jordan?
I know. People meet me, the host of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I had this show before he was even on it. Like,
Yeah.
I added him later.
And
It's like,
you're nice to your fans.
yeah, exactly. It's like
Exactly.
people will be like,
I am
man, you're so
nice."
nice. No, regularly we hear from people that are complaining, or honestly,
That
we'll
is
send
so
in messages
funny. And he's
about
fidgeting
McLovin being
too. Look
a
at
jerk.
he's fidgeting because he's getting nervous.
I know, because he's
fidget.
trying.
I fidget.
Yeah, dude, he's
Well, be nice to your
self-diagnosed
fans,
with
man.
everything.
I am really not. Like when there's times where they'll be like McLovin ignored me, but it's honestly like I didn't hear
Like, do
anybody.
you
like,
have stalkers? Like, do you have girls that want to sleep with you just because of being on the show?
yeah, I've already been through all that. I've already been through all of them.
And you
He made
sleep
his
with
way
them.
through.
yeah.
See, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
You don't sleep with your
I don't know.
stalkers. See, I do.
Listen to this for just for like craziness. McLovin came to the show a virgin, and he was a Christian skinny virgin, and I've turned him into that fat It's still
You're the
Christian.
fat
but
devil.
He's fat. He has slept with
more than
than twice as many women as I have since he started a few
No
years ago on the
way.
show. Like he
how old
just
were you?
eclipsed
How old was
me.
he?
How old were you when you started?
I was 19 when I started, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21.
But I
was
but I
20.
got him in here, just corrupted him, and now it's like he doubled. I mean, he's over doubled me.
You owe him your life.
I owe
Right?
but I have I want to date like women with I want to know where they're going. That's kind of my biggest thing.
Oh,
Like where are
okay.
they going? Like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't have
goals.
expected that from you.
I
That's
know, it's
interesting.
weird. No, it's really just because I want to sit on my ass. Like I want somebody that's rich so I can stop working. but-
Here's what really happened. This is why I slept with a ton of women.
Oh, okay. I'm excited.
I did.
Tell
this
me
is if I did it. Here's
if
why.
my girlfriend's listening, which she just texted in right before this one.
I would tell her this too. I had a
Wow.
relationship.
Check this out just so you guys know how solid his relationship is
Okay.
after 6 solid months. He lives with her. She says he can't even be nice to his own girlfriend. How's he expected to be nice to his fans? That's from his girlfriend. Everything's fine, you guys. Everything's
Dude,
fine.
McLovin,
So
dude.
here's the thing. I had I had a relationship and I was really into her, and out of nowhere she broke up with me, and I was really heartbroken. And
Yeah.
so then it was like I just went out and like just
Anything I
got
could
with a
find.
bunch of chicks like that. It was like all in one summer.
Yeah. We call it that one hot, wet summer.
But dude, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Like
I know.
honestly, I think you guys spend way too much time contemplating all this stuff. Because I'm like, listen, until you put a ring on someone's finger, have fun, because one day this ride will be over, or basically supposed to be over.
I'm trying to put a ring on fate. Like that's the thing. Like I'm trying to I'm to the point in my life now. I'm nearly 30, you guys.
All right.
I'm nearly 30 years
so
old.
So you want to get married, right?
I want to lock it down. And
How would you propose? This is like, how would you do it?
honestly? I mean, I've thought about it.
Like, I think sports venues is corny.
Sports venues are cool. You know what I wanted to do? Like one great example. Like here's a cool thing. Like this, just a few months ago, we talked to Art Galifianakis or whatever, the guy from Everclear, and Mark McGrath, who's been on the show a few times. They're doing this big, huge like '90s tour with all these '90s bands.
Yeah,
no, I've heard
and I
that,
was like,
yeah.
it'd be Mark McGrath is like super accessible and like I can get in touch with him. And I was like, that would be awesome to set up a trip and just be like, hey, I love these bands from the '90s. You do too. Let's go check this show out, and then like have talked to Mark ahead of time. And have him be like, oh, Mark's going to get us backstage, and then just be like, oh, my buddy from the radio's here, and like bring me up, and then be able to like, in front of like 30,000 people with Sugar Ray like playing a song, like.
So you're saying, but you have to find a girl and propose within this tour day.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm in such a hurry.
Otherwise, he's gonna have
You know
to do
what?
it.
You know what's funny, Jay, is that I kind of relate to that because like I think of like okay, because I mean there was a point where I'm like
Yeah.
this could be the one chick
Lock
and
it down.
How would you propose that? But I will say the
He would
time
put it in an
frame
egg
of
roll.
you in this tour. So if this surpasses, like it elapses, what's the next tour that you got to do? Like
That's the thing. I got DMX. I think is it's gonna be like
No.
my boy.
Duh. You gotta do it. You gotta
That
do
is
it right.
so
Wait for the
funny.
new kids on the
So
block, man.
the new kids on the block tour. That is hilarious.
We had
So
that.
all you ladies who are into '90s music,
Yeah, I'm available.
Jay.
Yeah, and I'm ready to. Somebody said that is the most super gay proposal idea ever. I don't know if it's super gay.
I think it's super
how would you
gay.
do it?
how would I do it?
Yeah, let's-
there's a couple things that I thought of.
Put it in a lunchbox.
Just one.
I'll give you another idea of mine too after Lucas. We'll go back and forth. You give one of yours, I'll go give another one of mine.
Okay.
Don't
so,
ruin them in case these texts are going well. Don't ruin the surprise.
You put it in a
Yeah.
Hello
What
Kitty
if
box.
I wanted to just propose to this girl, dude? I can't give
She's
it.
not gonna marry you, man.
Yeah, seriously.
If
these
like
guys
you,
say
but
it,
there's
they're
no
Asian,
way.
they know.
There's no way. I read it.
It's in the cards.
I read it in the Quran. It said the Quran said Lacy is not gonna marry Lucas. I was like, oh my god, this is
I
the
thought you were gonna
Quran.
say you read it in a fortune
You should
cookie,
start.
and was
I
like,
think
oh.
you should just say I read it in the Korean and like make it sound like it's Korean, but really it's just like your friend
I'm just
Josh. You could be
mumbling.
like, I just saw my friend. My friend Josh is a Korean.
How are you gonna propose to your girl, McLovin?
Dude, he is the lazy. Like he literally will be like, oh crap. By the way, I'm really hungry, but I got you a ring, and you're marrying me. Like I'm gonna go eat my pizza.
One idea would be a baseball game with like fake Cracker Jacks.
Like I said, sporting venues, of course.
I know. It's
I
so
know. Well,
douchey.
but I also
I'm a
also
huge
love
It is
baseball.
douchey.
Like I want
I'm
a
so-
baseball
such a
wedding.
sports
That's what I'm saying. It's so douchey.
Okay,
Like you're
but
saying,
I'm a
honey,
big
sports fan.
like,
Here's
honey,
the other-
I love you,
Here's-
but not more than baseball.
Here's the idea that I've had for like since I was in high school while skydiving. Oh my! Like while free falling.
That's all right.
Especially
Okay,
that would be great as you're crapping your pants, not knowing what. like, and you drop the ring, and that's not gonna go.
Okay,
well.
one of the ways you guys want to hear, and I'm just gonna say screw it because
ruin it. You're not gonna marry her with this.
Yeah.
At least not this way, Lacy. You just lost out on this option. Ruin it for her.
So one of the things I was gonna do was gonna be like, okay, get these times off of work, right? So get these days between these days off of work. She'd be like, why? And I'm like, just don't worry about it, right?
You would just say like, yo, I'm the man in the relationship.
Yeah,
you do what I say.
And then I would book tickets, and I'm like, show up at this counter at this time, this airline, and just check in.
And because she's 20, she wouldn't have a clue you guys were flying somewhere. She'd be like, this is so exciting. What's he going to do?
And then she would get her stuff, and then I'd fly her to like some Europe or something, or the Virgin Islands
or something.
And then she'd be like, where?
Nebraska.
She'd be, why am I going to Nebraska?
Yeah.
And then she would go to a nice hotel, and she would check in, and she still wouldn't see me, and then it'd be this like nice suite, and do the rose petal thing and a little scavenger hunt, and then eventually lead up to me, and boom, ring, one knee, and then she'd probably say
you don't
no.
have the effort to put up a scavenger hunt. You're gonna talk.
I put her on a scavenger hunt just because.
You're gonna talk to Kyle Cease and make him come up with a scavenger hunt.
No, check this out. Remember that video that went viral in Billings about the dude?
Yeah.
And I was just being a Facebook troll. I'm like, dude, I did that for my girlfriend just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you just do scavenger hunts.
Just scavenger hunts.
And
just
then
for
you
fun.
wonder why she broke up with you.
No, because I'm a horrible boyfriend.
Really? Why do you think she broke up with you?
Wait,
one of them.
Real quick.
Oh wait.
Wait. You're not gonna be on this plane. This is a separate plane. You're gonna just send her off by herself. You're gonna send a 20-year-old out to Europe. Haven't you seen that movie Taken?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen that movie Taken?
Or Hostel?
So now you're gonna have to, after she gets kidnapped, you're gonna have to call Liam Neeson
on him.
And just so you know, when you send a 20-year-old, you have to pay an extra $50 fee for the
and
ticket
they
for
get
the
to sit
escort.
in the cockpit, and they get little air wings.
Yeah, exactly. They have to have the adult escort with them. I love that. I love 20-year-olds, but I love making fun of them too. I know.
I'm gonna say I honestly loved McLovin's proposal here because you understand it's like 2 minutes of trying to figure out how the hell you're gonna propose to her as you're falling, and then like the rest of the time praying that you're gonna die.
That would be true. Yeah. Somebody
It would be absolutely horrible though if she said no, and then we have like the rest of that, like the parachute part of it, and you just have to like ride down on them. Like there's no escape from it. You're just like, oh,
do you know what would be awesome for me? Like what I just think in my weird twisted mind would be awesome is if finally like your crappy, horrible, cleft lip and palate life turned around to the point where like things were looking up so much that you could afford to wear a parachute. Plus, get on an airplane. Like, that's big enough for you as an accomplishment. You're in the air with a woman. You've got a girlfriend. Like, life is so good. You jump out, you propose, and she's like, you know what? Yes. And then, boom, her chute doesn't open, and she falls to her death. Like, that I would love.
I'm so glad you mentioned his lip, because I was just like, am I allowed to say this?
Yeah. No, everything's very good.
It?
Everything is fair. We make fun of everything here. Even my braces.
I like the braces, man. It turns me on. I'm into it.
The braces are great. Where'd you get those?
You look really good, man.
Somebody pointed out last night, they're like, you kind of look like a meth head right now because they're so new. I like lick them a lot and stuff. So it's like I look like I'm like always doing stuff with my lips.
Stop making moves on me.
And you're all skinny now, too.
Yeah, exactly. I lost 75 pounds in the past 3 months. That's a true story. Plus braces now. So it's like people are going to see me licking my lips and dropping.
You used to be Big J.
You're like a white LL Cool J.
Where's a picture of you when you're bigger? Is that?
I don't know. There's some.
How did you lose all that weight?
Chubbs, why is there not a freaking picture? I have here's a before picture. I lost it doing Ideal Protein through this.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Like
So
3
both you
months
guys
ago.
are losing weight.
No, he's gaining. He started at
Lily,
130.
you threw your fat at him and he caught it.
Exactly.
Osmosis.
Yes, and I love it because I don't like the fat, and he
Wow,
loves it.
you
He'll
look
slap it.
crazy different.
Yeah, I was a fatty. Look at that.
McLovin, put that away, dude. He's just whipping out his
You
gut.
want to know what's so funny is like I've worked with this guy on it. We did a movie together, and on the film there was a day he and this has happened multiple times, not just on the film, but he pulls his shirt up, and if you get him at a moment where he can't prepare for it and ask him to reach into his belly button, most likely he will be able to pull something out. Not today, but each time he'd pull it out and look at it, and you'd go, "What is that?" And he'd go, "I don't know." And he'd sit there and like try to figure it out. No, he wouldn't
Let
eat
me
it.
ask
But
you, where did all your loose skin go? Do you have
dude,
any?
no, yeah, I do. You don't want to see that.
How
That's
do
what I'm saying. Like my body, like I could imagine, like I compared it to I had a hot lady from like E! Online on like a week ago, and she was talking about having babies and stuff, and I said like my stomach looks like what I would imagine the Octomom's vagina looked like after like all those 8 kids. Like, yeah. Like, seriously, if you guys can't pick up chicks after the show, like, I could be a pretty good substitute with what I'm working with down here. Like, I could put something together with some glue and some lubricant.
Don't you find it funny when men lose weight, they look funny because they're not used to it because their head looks bigger.
Yeah.
And when women lose weight, they just look good.
Exactly.
It's a weird
Except for the
contrast.
boobs. That's the only thing I hate.
You don't like fake boobs?
No, but I love when they lose their boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? They can, you know, you gotta.
It happens every
Yeah, it
time,
just
though, no
happens.
matter
You know
what.
what I mean?
That's when they get the boob job.
Exactly.
Yeah, in a bra.
If your boobs look,
How about
ladies,
that? How about just a bra?
And a bra.
No, if your boobs look weird and you don't get a boob job, you're rude.
That's
Damn, I thought
You're
I
being
was.
rude.
Dude,
You're rude
let me
to
just tell you,
everybody.
between the two of us, Elliot and I'm the mean one, but that was crazy. That was just. I don't even say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, if there was something wrong with with my junk and I didn't get it fixed, I'm being rude. I'm gonna pull that.
Do you trim it?
Do I don't?
Yeah, do you manscape a little bit?
Do you keep it showroom tight?
Why
Hold
are
on.
we...
I was about to say. Do you mean like have I cut my foreskin off myself?
Did I do my own bris?
That's what I was saying. I was gonna say that because when you said it, because I was like, when you just said, "Do you trim it?" I'm like, "It."
Yeah.
Like I just
Actually, are you circumcised?
I don't know the difference. No, I am.
I don't know the difference.
I don't know the
I
difference.
keep.
How do you miss that chapter?
I keep switching.
One
up.
looks
I know
like a
what I am. I
burrito,
know
and the
what I
other one
am.
does not.
I know what I am. I keep switching up in my head which one it is. It's the one that looks like it's not an anteater.
That's circumcised.
So that's circumcised.
That's
Yeah.
circumcised.
No, I'm just saying in my head I always forget which one which is. No, because then I have to sit down and think.
You're gonna let girls down. Some girl's gonna meet you and she's gonna be like, dude, this is 3 things, like an Asian guy, a comic, and an uncircumcised guy. She's gonna take you back to the room and she's gonna look at it and be like, dude, I thought I was checking 3 things off my list. You're like, oh, I always forget which one's which.
No, because you know what? Otherwise, I have to literally sit here and think in my head if it's uncircumcised that this, and I have to imagine the procedure in my head.
I would think that'd be pretty simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, to me-
circumcision. There's something that happened to it.
It's very
Like, there's
confusing to
something-
me as
there was
well.
a process.
Dude,
Every time I tell
McLovin is trying to drop knowledge.
I
to
know.
you.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's all messed up.
Every time I tell a girl, like,
a genius.
By the way, to answer the question, I do manscape because a girlfriend a long time ago, which was this just gorgeous Colombian girl, who's the first girl ever to be like,
Stop
listen,
bragging.
what? Just because she's Colombian?
Yes.
By the way, to this date, still the best body I've ever been with ever. All natural, unreal. Latin women are just unreal. But she was the first girl ever to be like, listen, do me a favor. I want you to cut that down. Then I'm like, why? Because I never occurred to me, like, why?
Yeah.
And she goes, because she's like, well, when I go down there, it's nasty. I'm like, it is? Aren't you used to it?
Mine's just a size thing. That's the only reason why.
exactly, yeah, it's a show placing. It makes it, yeah,
make
it's
it
like
look bigger. And,
wax it.
And I was adopted, so I wasn't circumcised till I was 7. So
Wait a minute. So you remember? Do you
I remember it. It was the worst.
I was gonna ask, like,
It was
that
the
to me is like,
Whoa.
I've never had the opportunity to talk to somebody that, I mean, like, it just, do you remember the act, or does it just stick in
I
your
was
mind
really
as pain?
young. I was really young, so I don't remember. I just remember waking up and just going,
So they put you out.
Oh,
I
my
was
God.
thinking
I
it
woke
was
up,
like
everything hurt, like the blanket. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, I
What was
too
with your
young.
adopted parent? They're just like, oh, we should torture him a little
You know
bit.
How old were you when you were adopted?
You know what? So the age thing, actually I was 5. We all thought I was 7 when I
Oh,
was
yeah.
adopted, but I was actually 5. And, you know what? And I didn't lose my virginity at 21. It was 19.
Ah, nice.
Thank you very much.
Using math to your advantage.
How cool is that to, for one, have your penis chopped at 7, but
No,
also
that's not cool. That's
oh yeah. That's
So I'm
not the
thinking,
real cool.
to this day, I think that's why it's so small.
But how cool is it that you lost 2 years of your life? Like, that's amazing. Like,
is amazing.
To
Like-
have somebody all of a sudden tell you that 2 years are just given back to you.
Giving
Like,
back.
hey,
Like,
old balls,
I did everything older.
you get 2 years
younger.
again.
Like,
yeah.
I started driving at 14.
You could kill somebody now and get away with it and be like, I'm not even real.
I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just
a
curious, like,
hologram.
I'm really curious. How did they convince you to do this procedure?
He was 7 and he
Dude, I
had
was
parents.
5. I don't think I had much
That's
of
like a question for a child molest
decision.
victim. You're like, how did he convince you to do it? It's like, he's
No.
my dad and he held me
Well,
down.
here's a crazier story. Then my dad, my white dad, he had to get his circumcision because later in his life, when he was like in his 50s. So I remember my poor dad, we had to make a bed in the
Daddy's gonna
dining
get
room
one
because he
too.
couldn't go up the stairs. I was like, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Exactly.
You did it to me.
Payback's a bitch,
that's
Dad.
called karma. That's what
Payback's a
you get.
bitch. Hey, we got to take a quick break. You guys want to hang out more, or do you guys have to go to sleep? All right.
we got Hollywood stories if you want to hear.
Oh, good. Hollywood stories. Kevin, Shea, and Eliot Chang, The Asian Invasion at Manny's tonight and tomorrow night. Tickets available at montanacomedy.com, or just show up at the door and try to squeeze yourself in. We'll be back with them after this on Hot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Kevin Shea and Eliot Chang and Lucas Seeley in the studio oh my gosh, just a second, we have to hold up for McLovin to start producing the show. I forgot, we've got a phone call, but McLovin has to just now, after an hour and 10 minutes of an interview, he just finally decided to make this a professional radio program. He broke out the headphones that we have for this reason, for when we have guests. I love watching. Look at him trying to work, just like, oh man, maybe I should do my job normally. Crap.
Sorry, I was up late last night
I got a
watching Star
pen in my
Trek.
mouth. Is everybody here? Everybody hearing? Has everybody got audio? We all got audio. Check. Everybody. Okay, I got a Sharpie in my mouth. Okay, because here's the reason we have audio. Lucas was talking a little bit, or we were all kind of talking about Lucas's situation with his ex-girlfriend, and actually, she is polite enough to join us on the phone right now. It's Miss Lacy, Lucas's ex-girlfriend. Lacy, good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
I'm very excited that that takes some balls. Like, most girls just get, like, really mad and stuff.
Lacy, this is Kevin Shea. I know you're young, so what are you doing right now? Do you have a pair of those shoes with the little roller wheels in the back? Do you
Yes,
own one?
I do. Yeah, so pink and sparkly.
Nice,
Hit it
nice.
Spot on.
See, she's very mature. She's snapping right back.
I know, dude.
She's rebutting quickly.
The fact
She
that
is
she
cool.
rebutted so quickly, and the fact that she's so cool to be on. This is Elliot Chang, by the way. The fact that she called in, the fact that she's taken our stuff and given it right back.
I want to see what you look like.
I
now.
know. Right away. You know what?
Oh, you guys haven't seen her?
No, not at all.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a reason. You don't date a 20-year-old just because she's 20. I mean, he's dating you for a reason. Lacy, Lucas said the reason you broke up with him was because you were just a horrible person. Is there more to the story?
I did not say that.
Is it because I'm horrible? Yes, that's exactly why. I don't want to get into it on air.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not-
Wait, that's nobody's
not good.
business. That's nobody's
Do you
business.
have an Asian fetish? Is that what it is?
No, I don't. He's just a good person.
Lucas
No,
is a
I'm
good
not.
person. Why are you trying to say he's
He
a good
is.
person?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
This is going to make Lucas cry.
Hey, you
So
guys
we're
are the one that called me.
No, I'm just showing them a picture of
Oh,
you
she
two
is
together.
cute. You look like a little debutante.
Wait a minute. She's white. Hang up the phone.
Get her out of here.
Get her off the air.
Let's see.
Oh.
Can we say your Facebook page name?
No, don't do that, dude.
Direct everybody. Where's she live, Lucas? But so it sounds like, Lacy, just to confirm, Lucas is trying to get back with you, and you're the one that's holding steady in the whole like we shouldn't be together thing.
I just want to make sure some kinks are worked out before we get back together.
Oh,
that's
good.
all.
What did you say?
She wants to make sure some kinks get.
Oh, I
worked.
thought she said the other one.
Other
Oh,
word, the C
Jesus,
word.
woman.
You thought she said that she wanted some chinks worked out?
Yeah, is that what you say during sex to
Like she
Lucas?
wanted Lucas to
You're
bring
just
you two to
completely
town.
racist during sex. That's hot.
She's like, I want you to bring some chinks to town and take them to the gym and get them worked
Yeah.
out.
No, she said, I want this chink to work out.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
He's not in good
Exactly.
shape.
That's what she needs. Oh man.
So you're
want this
you know what? I don't think you're over him because we're looking at your Facebook page and you still have a whole album of just you and him.
I thought I deleted that one.
Oh,
snap.
That was just mean.
Oh, that is.
Dude, this girl's
unnecessary.
sassy. I like it.
What is the
I know,
what?
that's why I like her so much.
Dude, Lacy, your stock is going up in my book, man.
I don't know. She seems a little
This
mouthy
is
to
bad.
me.
This is bad. She's getting a lot of like. This is gonna be bad because there's now gonna be like multiple Asians after her.
I
Like,
know, right?
how do you choose? How do you choose?
Yeah, and there's 3 in Billings this weekend. Look at that.
I know. That's a first aside from Lucas's family. I mean, not counting his family.
I'm
That's,
trying to find a picture of you in like a black shirt where it's stretched out and the flash goes through and you can see the bra. Do you have any of those?
yeah. Can you lead us to your sexiest pictures, please? Lucas knows exactly where they are. He's like, here's where you
So
go.
here,
I think Lucas has all those on his phone.
so I have a question.
Lucas just said he was going to send out some of the pictures he has of you on his phone if you don't be nice to him today.
Don't listen
Oh,
to
my
that. That's
goodness.
Lacy, for how nice Billings is, right? It's nice here. Why don't you just move to LA?
Well, I have no reason to go there now.
Oh, dude!
So she's putting it on you.
Jerry. Dude, this is
She's
great.
not putting it on me.
Dude, this is great ratio.
Well,
So the reason you would have moved before, you don't have a desire, because you're a musician, so you don't have a desire to move to LA to pursue your music career. If you were going to LA before, it would have been for Lucas, essentially.
I suppose, yes.
you suppose? Come on. LA's fun. Come out there. You should come out there.
I know, I love LA. It's a fun place to visit.
It's just a fun place to visit.
I mean,
I'm actually,
oh, go ahead, Lacy. I like you talking
No.
more than me.
well, I'm actually moving to Phoenix here in a few weeks, so
Oh.
Did you know that, Lucas? Oh, I wish that was a surprise. That would have been way better. I want some more moments. Will you tell us you're pregnant, please?
Oh,
there
that would
was
be
one when she
awesome.
told me, she goes, "Oh, this is tough." I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, oh, great, here it comes. Like, I thought she was gonna say she cheated on me.
Yeah, he thought I was going to say I cheated on him.
No, that would have been
I'm moving
better.
to Phoenix, and I'm like, thank God. Yeah, that's what I said. It'd be better because it's closer.
No, I'm saying that would have been better if she said that she was cheating on you, because then you go, oh, good, I've been doing the same.
Exactly.
Now we can start from a clean slate.
Exactly.
I was just trying to trick him to see if he'd admit it.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
But instead, she's like, "Yeah, I'm moving to Phoenix to move in
why
with this big black
Phoenix,
guy." Is that
though?
cool?
Yeah. Why?
You know what's
Phoenix?
funny is my ex, Whitney, that I did in college.
I remember her.
After we broke up, she moved to Phoenix as well.
Okay.
Whoa. What is? Is she working?
Are you working?
Yeah.
I'm working.
You work at Claire's, don't you?
No, I don't work at Claire.
Wait, here's
an
my
office job.
question. What do you do? What's in Phoenix? Is there anything specific, or you just want to get out of town?
Yeah, my sister's in Phoenix.
Okay, so you're going there to be closer to family. Will you, since Phoenix is closer to LA, will you, take the trip and see Lucas?
Maybe. We'll see.
Probably not. Probably not. Let's be
That
honest.
didn't
Let's be
sound like
honest,
it.
Lazy.
That wasn't
Probably
very
will. It's not too
confident.
bad of a drive.
Yeah, but I mean, why do you want to see him? It'll just bring back all those horrible memories.
You seem so cute together.
He Chris Browned her, I think.
She might like it, though. She
I
might,
know,
she might be
but it
into
doesn't
that.
sound like she
Well,
likes it. It sounds like she's moving away from him, like she's putting in her like a self-mandated restraining order.
Lacey, where are you working right now? Can you say it?
I work
what
in a
kind of
nursing
business?
home.
Oh, she works at a nursing home, so.
Dude, this is an angel, man. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
She is sweet.
This is a
I
sweet,
will say
smart,
she's
sassy,
sweet.
tall, white, blonde woman. You're out of your mind,
Lucas,
dude.
why aren't you dating her, dude?
Dude, you should be camping in front of her house.
Yeah, you should lock that down, man. You should be with her.
I probably just don't deserve her right now.
Man, listen to
dude,
you.
man.
Listen to you jackals, man. Come on. You think it's all Lucas's fault? I'm sure she's a little bit of a devil. Come on.
Yeah, Kevin, you get to the bottom of this.
There's no
Figure it out. What did she do?
This is all like a scheme. Like she wants to be a singer. She works in a nursing home. I seen that movie, Say Anything. Remember that girl? She was the devil. I know you're evil. Lacy, you're not as nice as you seem.
Is there a little bit of devil in there? Like if we got to sit back and like just watch
Like, what's the worst thing you've ever done? You ever steal anything from a store?
I stole a pack of gum when I was about 6 years old.
Okay.
And also, just to, I know the charges haven't made it through the county attorney's office yet, but you're also being charged for crushing Lucas's heart.
You ever sleep with a hooker and not pay her and run away and go, that's what you get, bitch?
I know.
Because I've never done that.
Yeah, none of us have ever done that. But, well, it's just sad. Lacey, I'm sad to hear that you guys are done because Lucas is so sad about it. And how long have you guys been?
You know what? Wayne is hating on you right now. He's in the
Wayne's
studio.
always hating on everybody.
What's
That's
Wayne's
how Wayne
deal?
rolls.
Wayne, grab. You know, Wayne, I want to hear your point of view.
Why don't you
never,
like Lacy?
Yeah, you never. Yeah, what's your? You know Lucas really, really well. What's your? Why are you upset with Lacy?
I just don't. The
Just
reason
don't
I'm-
swear. Don't
Wayne,
swear.
Wayne
I
was
just don't
so
trust
Wayne was
women.
so
That's-
mature about the breakup that he started airing our dirty laundry on Lucas's Facebook.
Ooh.
wow.
And I thought I was a
anybody's dirty
20-year-old.
laundry.
How old are you, Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So Wayne, what's your
right.
beef with Lacy? Like Lacy seems like these guys are saying seems like a beautiful young woman, nice job. Lucas loves her. What's your beef?
Actually, all right. Let's just get
Wait,
this
hold on
started.
real quick.
All right.
Who's Scotty Mack?
He's a guy that listens to us every morning in Denver. He used to live here.
He puts on who's Lacy. He
That's
puts on
Lacy's
her
page.
page. Goes, she's 20, dude. Let her go.
Scotty
I know
Mac.
actually. I know Scotty Mack. I actually grew up with him. I've known him all my life.
So she and Scotty Mac go way back. But Wayne, what's your?
Oh snap! She changed. May 13th, Lacy went from in a relationship to single.
That's just now.
May. What day is today?
What day is today? Oh, it's June 8th.
Oh,
I'm like months
what day is
off.
today?
I'm like, oh my gosh.
that would have been awesome.
Just saw that now. So
Isn't it awesome that you guys have a show tonight? None of us know even what month it is. Is it Christmas? So Wayne,
so wrapped up in Lucas and Lacy
I know,
right now.
but I want to hear. Yeah, I want to hear Wayne. Like Wayne as Lucas's business partner, life mate, and stuff. Like why do you think, from the inside point of view, like what's your beef with Lacy?
Actually, quite frankly, I don't have a beef with Lacy at all. Period.
Oh,
Like, there's really no beef. It's just that I think that both of them they're two separate people, and they're very, very strong-headed about the way that they deal with things. And so all of a sudden you have like this big controversial thing between them, and it just makes me sad because Lucas is one of my best friends. I don't want him like upset. Lacy's a good girl, dude. There's nothing wrong with her.
but didn't you say something? Didn't you say on Facebook like she was holding him back, or you're
No.
glad she moved? He moved
Actually,
past
no.
that or something?
This is what it really comes down to. Is everybody's sitting here saying like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, this is so sad, and I'm like, dude, that's like bringing him down even worse. So me, I'm
Well,
like,
that makes me feel
hey,
good.
listen, congratulations, man. I'm really happy you get to move on with your life, dude. This is a big thing for you. Like now you get to move forward. That's all it came down to. And
so
then
it was kind of like a dude. Don't look at the bad side of
Yeah.
it. Like at least you get to get bald. Don't care about the cancer.
Wayne, can I give you my 2 cents?
No, hold on, wait 1 second. I'm saying
Okay,
no,
go ahead.
because this is actually kind of important to me. And then the one major thing is like we were supposed to have a talk.
You and Lacy?
Yeah. Because we were supposed to bang things out or something like that.
I don't think that's what you call when you talk with your best friend's girl. Is banging things out.
Banging things out.
You say, hey,
That's what I secretly think he's attracted to her.
Can I meet
and
your
he's trying to
girlfriend
get-
and bang things out with her?
He's trying to get Lucas out of the picture and like,
Yeah.
Lacy, you know, and he plays the friend card.
So you guys were supposed to bang things out, but that never happened?
No, well, what happened was...
Wayne wouldn't meet with me.
Hold on, stop.
Wayne didn't want to bang it out.
No, this is what happened. And these headphones are killing me because they're so high.
I know, and
They're
where is
so
my
loud.
freaking producer?
I can hardly...
God, I want to start smashing
you just
stuff
turned
against
it-
the wall.
you
Do
just
your
turned it
job.
off.
We got
Just-
freaking
just-
guests
there you
with
go.
a
Right
hot
there.
cheese
I just want the
whistler.
audience
Now,
to
hold on,
know
hold on.
Wayne is sweating here.
No, I'm not.
He's getting nervous.
No way. All right. So basically, like with the whole entire phone conversation, all I wanted to know was what it was about. And she kind of made it a big deal and then just kind of attacked me and got aggressive on me. And I was like, listen, now this is true. It is because I still have it saved and I'll sit there and stare at it and I'll read it off if I have to. But what I wanted to say was, it wasn't so much that. It was all I wanted to know was what it was about because I wasn't going to walk into a conversation where I had to like fully like try to defend myself if I didn't know what it was about. I'm not going to walk
You don't
into
want to
a
like walk in
conversation.
and have her be like, "Why'd you rape me?"
Yeah,
You're
or
like,
unprepared
I
or
don't
whatever
know,
whatever
yeah.
it was.
Or
That
she
was
wanted to do like math questions. You
But,
want to prepare.
You know, honestly, like every time that Lacy and I get together and we get a chance to talk, it's always casual and it's always cool. I've never had a real problem with her, honestly.
So, with this one last bang out where you weren't able to bang it out, like that's what's.
Well, it was one of the things where I was just like not going to deal with it, and I don't feel like I should have to put up with anything because I'm just a friend, and he can do whatever he wants to do, and that's his thing, man. And if that makes him happy, then I want him to be happy. If it's with Lacy, great, dude. Live your guys' life together. That'll be fantastic. But
would you say, as a good friend, should he keep pursuing Lacy and try to make that work, or should he just move straight on?
You know what? I don't. That's up to them. I can't.
I
say
think
that.
Personally, I think Wayne's a little attracted. And
I'm married,
to Lacy.
dude.
Well, doesn't mean you can't be attracted to other women.
I love my wife, dude. She's
Well,
good.
yeah, I love my girl, but come on.
Yeah, you can go window shopping, but
Exactly.
that doesn't mean that I'm gonna have.
But I also think here's the gist of the matter.
It
I
would be
think
weird.
Lucas kind of likes this drama.
I hate it.
I don't know.
hate it.
I seen you
I know
dance
he
last
hates
night.
it, dude. Like this is just.
See my dance?
I seen you
He made me
dance.
dance like a monkey. That's why. He's like, do the dance.
So, Lacy, what do you feel about Wayne's retort?
Yeah, what do you have to say to Wayne about banging it out and stuff? So you were willing to bang it out, and but he just wanted too much information, and you got aggressive and attacked
Well,
him.
I attacked him. Yes, I physically attacked him over the phone. And I think it's funny when you saved all the texts. I didn't even save those texts.
And you're a girl.
I saved him.
Yeah,
I saved him.
he saves everything though.
You
It's a
saved
big,
him?
It's a big.
Yeah, I got him.
He's gonna write it off on his
I
taxes.
got him. Well, it's
No, I
just
just
one of those
simply
things.
don't like. I don't like when people talk down my back. So I am not. I don't get offended easily. I'm not sensitive. You have a problem with me? Come and talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Wayne wanted to go post all over people's Facebooks and talk crap about
I
me.
didn't get in.
So I simply wanted to talk to him. If he had a problem with me, I want to talk to him about that in person. It has nothing to do with me and Luke's breakup or me telling him why me and Luke broke up. Had nothing to do with that. Simply, I wanted to confront Wayne face to face.
You know what?
He had a problem with
As a good friend of Lucas, all I gotta say is I've got Lucas' back no matter what, and that's all I'm gonna say. I mean,
What
it's
is
really
what
not.
that saying?
It's not a
Hoes
big.
before bros?
It's not. Yeah, it's not a thing. Like I think you're cool. I think it's great. If you guys are happy together, good. But if you're not, then freaking separate.
Whoa,
Okay.
he threw a frickin' in there.
All right,
even,
well, I'm
Mason.
actually at work, guys, so I have to go.
All right,
All right.
Hey, but remember, Wayne said you should frickin' separate, okay?
But please, come to the show.
Yeah, we'll see.
We need
all
ticket
business.
sales.
See you
So
hey,
bring
Lacy,
some friends.
from me, I got to say, hey, huge props for being on the show. Thanks for
Thank you.
doing
Thank you,
it.
Lacy.
Take care of
No
those
problem.
old
Lacy.
people. And yeah, Lucas says he loves you. Bye.
Okay, hopefully see you this weekend. Okay, thanks.
Oh, hopefully see you this weekend. she
Yeah.
said.
What a white
That's good.
bitch. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
She's a sweetheart, man. That girl's a sweetheart.
I know.
She was getting mad.
Somebody said.
could
Somebody.
tell, huh?
I could tell in the voice.
Somebody just texted in as the Asians turn. Yes, very. But Lucas, you're crazy. She's hot and let you touch her. No, that's the thing. Lucas is explaining that he understands.
Yeah, I am not saying like
She's the one saying she's not willing to bang it out.
Right.
Yeah, well, she's not. She was willing to bang it out with Wayne. Wayne denied her, and now Lucas isn't willing to.
You know, and it's so funny.
Somebody just said Wayne's a dick.
Did someone say that?
Yeah, they texted it. That was all the text. Is just Wayne's a dick.
I will say he did kind of sound a little dickish.
Wayne's a little.
Even
dickish.
though I like Wayne a lot. I like Wayne a lot.
To be honest, I don't understand how I could be a dick. That's just.
It's beyond comprehension. I mean, it is. It's hard to understand. I get it. Somebody says she just wants free egg rolls. Okay, we've got
Did you say free or three?
Probably three.
Speaking of egg rolls, for all the listeners out there, I'm actually selling egg rolls at my mom's trailer today.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So, out on the West End, across from Shipton. So if you guys come, 50th customer, I'm gonna give tickets to the Asian Invasion show.
Great. Oh, so if they can buy egg rolls and get free ticket, or you buy tickets? Or you're giving tickets?
I'm giving tickets away randomly.
Oh,
today.
so like randomly. So hot girls will get tickets and like dudes will get egg rolls. Sorry, you're not the lucky winner. But
I'm sorry, you're not white or blonde enough. So apparently,
now I'm gonna look in their eyes.
By the way, all jokes aside, I guess to say this, Lucas is actually being really cool about this whole situation.
Oh, I gotta say,
he's being very, very cool about everything.
Like my situation here, like here's the cool thing that I think. I love real radio. You know, like this to me is real radio. Like Scotty Mack, who you guys brought up earlier, like he said, you know, just when I think the show couldn't get any better, he's like, it does. He's like 11 out of 10 today, and he listens every morning. Like he's loving the realness of this. My situation, like, is so complex that like I can't even talk about it on the air because there's so many like people involved and kids involved and then the girl get like, so it's like I have to not like get into it. I love that Lucas is like has a cool enough situation where he can just open up totally and just be like, here's where it is, let's talk it out.
I don't know how you deal with that. Like I don't like that female stress, like Jay-Z's song.
Yeah,
I got 99 problems with a bitch ain't one. I can't. That's one thing in my life I won't have ever.
That's why I got out of my last relationship was because I said my life was, you know, I lead a stressful life. Yeah. You know, it's like I'm busy and stuff, and then I'm like, when I come home, that's the most. Yeah, I'm like, and that's the most stressed out time of day.
It's the worst. Like my ex was awful, and
that's how I was.
4 years I did it.
But you know what? Here's one thing I gotta say. Let me see if she would listen to this. But you know, like as comedians, we have a passion for comedy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just have this huge passion, and we put a comedy in front of a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But Lacy was the first person I ever met that in my head would actually think like I could possibly give up comedy for this person.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
She got you.
My mind. That blows my mind.
I mean, that's
you
like
put it on a pedestal. What are you doing?
Well, definitely. If you're gonna give up comedy, man.
Yeah, man.
I could never give up comedy.
I mean, but you're not. Imagine the money that. Imagine the. I mean, you're not even making Lucas money. I mean,
I'm not making egg roll money.
Yeah,
I'm not making egg roll money.
To get to the level that Lucas is at, and then to give it up, that's big. I mean, that's love, man.
What are you gonna do? You gonna stop doing all those coffee shops?
Somebody gets confused and said, "Why is Wayne more of a girl about this breakup than Lucas or Lacy?"
Oh,
dude.
I'm the one that doesn't want to be involved in it.
Seriously, I'm trying to bang it out. I'm just trying to bang it out. Hey, we got to. The boss is coming in here, and by the boss I mean McLovin. He keeps doing his weird hand signal that means break. So we got to bang it out here real quick. But we'll come back. You guys, we keep saying Hollywood stories and never doing them. So after this, we'll do Hollywood stories, and we'll tell you why these Asians are in town. And next on Hot. Oh, and we're back. 9:40 right now. Good morning, everybody. It's live radio.
Dude, you have to tell them what you just did.
Dude, that was a good one.
You just nailed him. You nailed him.
There was a little turkey tap action on McLovin there as he handed me a note, but I got him solid. That was solid. I mean, that wasn't just fingertips. That was
McLovin, are you okay?
He keeled over.
That hurts with the baby.
Are you all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Do you take pennies?
You might be having a miscarriage here, buddy.
I'm a little immune. He does this like 9 times a day. I'm starting to grow immune to this.
Does it turn you on?
Yeah. Now it's
he
like
asks for it. He's like
Jay,
legs up on stuff.
It's like that guy.
You're not doing it right. Jay does it better.
It's like that guy on AGT. Like I'm just ready. Like come on, just give me a swift kick. Like
There's a
let's
guy
do
on
this.
America's Got Talent. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's his talent. Is he just takes shots to the jump?
What?
There's a thing where like his friends will hold a 2x4 and he gets up on this platform and just jumps and just lands jump first, and he shows you that there's no like it's clear that he has no protection. He just said ever since he was a kid, he doesn't have that sensation that we have of that pain.
Gross.
It is so to watch it though. He'll just stand there and like Nick Cannon to prove that it wasn't a gimmick. Comes out in his like dress shoes and just nails the dude between the legs, and the guy just takes
hearing about that hurts.
I know.
Man.
And Lucas can't get on AGT.
What would your talent be?
What would McLovin? Oh, he doesn't have a talent.
Wait,
Dude,
you
seriously,
tried to get on that show?
No, dude.
Don't get me started.
So I did the private audition, right?
You didn't know there was backstory. I don't take mean shots at Lucas unless there's a full mean story behind it.
No,
Yeah.
I did the private audition. Then I got the call back to do the showcase in front of the judges, recording everything, right? Sitting in the back, hanging out with all these just like freaks or whatever, and they were loose in the crowd, and the producer goes, grab the comedian. So I go on there in front of all the judges, go in there, crush it, get a standing ovation.
Nice.
What city?
L.A. I was at the Orpheum. Crush it, get a standing ovation. No X's from the judges, and then they like give me their phone, like call your family, and they did the back alley recording, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. This could be my big break.
Right.
A month before I was supposed to film the Vegas thing, they sent me an email saying, sorry, but you're not going to be on this season's of America's Got Talent.
You're too Asian, they said.
And you know, the Asian dude they put on there was just some, like, they made him look bad. It was really irritating.
Dude, that's Hollywood, man. That's Hollywood.
Welcome to the biz, says Elliot and Kevin. Welcome to the biz.
Rewatch your set and was like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not putting this on the show.
You know what?
They were like, remember that one audition we did while all the judges were at the bathroom? Like, let's look over that one. Like, crap, who told that guy he was coming to Hollywood?
It was at the Orpheum Theater downtown. It was packed. And it was my first time being filmed on TV.
That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress for a guy.
I was on cloud 9. It was the best feeling.
But in defense of America's Got Talent, they give everyone standing O's on that show.
True.
Like
Yeah.
the guy who they kicked in the nuts, I bet they gave a standing
exactly.
O.
That's the
Like
show is.
the other day, a guy just shot himself out of cannon. I don't know if that's a talent. I don't know what you
that
call
was pretty
that.
dumb.
But
Did you
even
see
that.
the military guy with the stutter that can sing?
Apparently
really
it's
good?
fake.
Yeah. Did you hear it's a hoax? Yeah, the whole
So
thing.
they haven't. They said for sure. I read it yesterday. They haven't discovered for sure if it's a hoax.
Yeah,
or
his
not.
partner, one of the guys that the picture of him that they showed of him in the military is not even him. And then and then one of the guys from his troop, like the guy that was there with him, sent a message saying, "quote his lies or whatever are a slap in the face."
Wow.
So like one of the guys that was there with him says it's a slap in the face, like his lies. So yeah, that guy's they kicked him off the show. Like they're done with him. Like he's he's just like McLovin will give you the he'll give you the official news. His retirement orders do say that he was injured. Thank you,
I was
McLovin.
just like trying to give you more updates on
Thank
the
you.
whole story.
No, I appreciate that. I needed that.
Wow,
So he was injured.
Who does that? Especially in this country, you cannot
I know.
say you're a war hero and not
Right.
be a war hero.
Did he think like no one is gonna follow up and check on it?
Oh, and here's the worst part.
But was the stutter real?
The dude's got an ex-wife. Like, how do you think you're going to get away with anything when you've got an
She's
ex-wife?
gonna say something.
Yeah, she's the first one that came out and was like, "Oh my God, he made that stutter up for attention."
Oh,
Like,
so the stutter's not even real.
no.
No.
She says he made the stutter up
Yeah.
for attention when he got he was injured. Like this is his whole it's a whole act.
kind
and
of
he's-
It's kind of genius, though.
it is way
He
genius.
did
I mean,
come
the
up with
dude's like,
something.
I mean, our general
That's
manager
what you
here was
should've
like,
done.
that. Yeah, Lucas.
You should have stuttered, and then once you start telling jokes, it's
Lacy,
gone.
take me back. Lacy, I've lost. Wait.
You bastard!
That would have been good. That would have been good.
Then Lucas would get a standing ovation.
He would have made it through.
By the way, my ex-girlfriend called in during the break. She hates Wayne too.
Good.
My birth mother called in, and she hates Wayne.
Oh, I love it. She doesn't even speak our language. But what I want to say is, you can see these gentlemen, Kevin, Shea, and Eliot Chang, both of them. Do a little horn tooting here. Tell people what you've been on and stuff. So they know
Wait,
that you're
I'll do
legit.
Kevin's credits because he
Yeah.
doesn't do good enough.
You guys
I'm
do-
gonna blow up Kevin because Kevin is. I've known Kevin for a long time, ever since I moved to LA. Kevin is a funny cat. I moved to LA. I remember seeing you in North Hollywood. I think it was the Ha. And I was like, dude, I happened to walk in when I first moved there. I saw him on stage. I'm like, who is this cat? I watched him. He crushed. I'm like, dude, this is a funny guy. I have to meet him. And that was the first night I met you. But Kevin's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Dude, I'm like your press agent. Dude, Kevin's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I think one of the few Asians, or the only Asian to be on Jimmy Kimmel
Yeah,
Live.
Jimmy Kimmel hates Asians. That's a well-known fact.
I heard.
Yeah.
And then, I saw you crush it on HBO, Down and Dirty, which was Jim Norton's show. Again, I think you're the only Asian on that, and you crushed it. And he held his own
With white people?
Yeah, with like Dice Clay,
What?
Bill Burr.
That's what he was gonna say. He held
You
his
know,
own with
with like the regular people,
with
like,
non-Asians.
but Kevin's crushed it. You've done the Kims of Comedy tour. I mean, dude, he's been doing great things for a long time.
Long story short, better than Bill Burr. I mean, so that if anybody knows,
if you want to interpret it that
comedy, I mean, he just said better than Bill Burr.
So now, do I have to do you?
Yeah, just give me the same credits.
Elliot's all right. I've seen him a couple of times. Like, that dude's all right. He's no Lucas Seeley now.
No.
Elliot's super funny, man. Very entertaining. He has his own Comedy Central half hour presents.
That's
been
right.
On Showtime. What was the show on Showtime you did?
It was the Minority Report. So it was like one person of every race. Not like this weekend.
I get it.
Minority Report, but it was Showtime. Showtime's Minority Report.
That is the. I'm going to tell you, just as your press agent now, to correct you. Like when you say Minority Report, you should just say from Minority Report because everybody's going to think the Tom Cruise movie.
I know, right?
So you shouldn't say like, oh, by the way, no, it's not that movie you're all thinking of. It's a show you've never heard of. Like you should just stick with. You should stick with I'm from Minority Report. Like
I know.
What's nice about us two, we're really different.
Yeah.
So when you come to the show, we're
because I noticed one of you has glasses.
Yeah, it's not going to be the Asian mother voice the entire show.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Kevin's act, because Kevin's act is just about his personality, and like he and I, we barely really do any Asian jokes. We're not, we don't really do that, but like he's got his style.
But
and
for those who thought there's gonna be, we have some too.
Yeah.
No, and we do. But it won't be like just 3 hours of
Lucas's
just Asian
Lucas's
jokes.
whole family was just trying to flood the website to get refunds. They're like, Lucas, tell us he's Asian. This no good.
Can we pay an egg roll?
Yeah, we're not coming to your show, you silly boy. Oh.
But yeah, if you come to our, and we've co-headlined before, and we've always had a great time. But I'm telling you, if you come see the show this weekend, it's going to be pretty outrageous. It's not going to be what you expect, and it's going to be damn funny. I can guarantee anyone who comes in and says I didn't laugh, I will get you a refund of your egg roll.
There you go.
And we have T-shirts. I sell T-shirts.
Really?
So remember to bring your money.
Let me guess that they say something clever that
They
has to do with your act.
Maybe.
All right, we'll find out.
Hey, here's a question, Kevin. You did the Kim's of Comedy. That was with what's his phrase? Dr. Ken,
Yes.
the dude from
The Hangover.
The Hangover.
You
You know him really well.
Ken Jeong.
Ken's really good. He's a good guy. Now he is literally the go-to Asian guy in every single movie. Like
not even just movie now, TV. I mean, on Community, he's got that big
He's on
part of Community.
And he's funny. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
He's on everything. So all these other Asians are like, they
hate him.
They hate him.
But he's
They
got
hate
that
him.
great backstory too. Is all these other Asians like you guys working your asses off trying to come up? That dude's making $250,000 a year as a doctor and just like screw it, I'm gonna be in movies.
He's like one of the nicest dudes ever.
Nicest dude.
We talk a lot, and I'm just like, dude, if I had your success, I'd be such a douche.
Oh yeah, and he's actually nice.
I'd say I'm glad that he's blown up because I think that just opens up doors for all of us. You know what I mean? Because if you look at a lot of the commercials, there's so many Asians in commercials right now.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Well,
dude
you
I
guys are
remember.
taking over. I mean, if you look at statistics and stuff, like you guys are doing a good job of beating the Hispanic
We're taking
people.
over.
Yeah, you really are. Like
Pearl Harbor too, mother
I love it.
truckers.
I gotta say, there's no. I mean, every Asian in this town. Let's get real here about race for a second.
Okay.
All of a sudden, let's finally get
Let's-
real
yeah.
after
let's
all
really
this
get
drama.
Let's bring down the walls,
say
guys.
When we think about if we name
Yes,
races
exactly.
and start checking off races down the list, all of us, from white, everything, there's a lot in this community of lazy ass white people, black people, Native American people. But when you think about it, like when was the last time you saw like homeless Asian person or something? Like every Asian person in this city owns a business. It's like that's the thing. Like you are the hardest
all four
working
of them?
race. Yeah, all four, but they all own businesses at least.
You know what? That's very true.
You are the most successful, motivated race in this community, I would say.
That's very true.
and I'd like to give you an award if we have
I
one.
would say I was very shocked because of how
Give it up for Asians.
I was raised in Billings, seeing all the other Asians and their success and working hard and all that stuff. And then when I moved to Seattle and I was in Chinatown, the first homeless Asian dude I saw like made me really sad. And he came up to me. I just got done eating at a restaurant. I had food. He's like, "Hi, I am from Vietnam. I've been here for 2 weeks. I have no money. Can you help me out?" I'm like, "All right, here's $5 and some fried rice, right?"
You didn't stop to say, why the hell did you come over here?
And then 2 weeks later, I'm at the same restaurant. He's out there again. He comes out to me and goes, "Hi, I am from Vietnam. I've been here for 2 weeks. I have no money." I'm like, "Wait a minute. You told me that same thing." And he goes, "Okay."
You
And
should
then he
know
walks
better.
away.
You should know that I'm good at math. Yeah, that's what dude did that to me once. He was walking down the street, a homeless Native American guy here down by the Carlin where we do comedy, and this guy was. He said, "You got any money?" And the guy was like, "No, sorry, Chief." And the dude turns around and goes, "What'd you call me?" And the dude goes, "You told me your name was Chief." And he goes, "Oh, okay." Turned around like he told the guy's name was Chief, and then he called him that. And he got offended. And was like, "Oh wait, no,
Dude,
yeah."
if I would have saw that homeless Vietnamese guy, I would have killed him. I'm like, you can't make us look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's
like when
that's
I see
disrespectful.
fat Asian girls, I'm like, what are you doing?
You know what makes me mad?
What are you doing?
Nerdy Asian dudes. Does that ever tick you
No,
off?
I like nerdy Asian dudes. That's a good
They make us look
representation.
good.
I think
we
it's
look like a
great.
better
I'm
option.
still trying to get us to progress as Asian
Ah,
guys.
No, I don't.
Lucas is GQ Asian. Like he
Yeah.
wants to go the
I'm
whole
fine
like.
with- I don't like overweight Asian girls because I'm like, you just sold out to cheese. I'm like, what's the deal? Like that's the one thing that we have is the skinny.
It's skinny. Be
Yeah.
skinny. And by the way, you know why you rarely see an Asian homeless guy is because if we hit a certain level of failure, we are required to throw ourselves on our swords. So then exactly. I failed.
I don't know what this pressure of being successful with Asian is because my parents are white, so I have.
Yeah, you don't get it. You're
I
like
don't
me.
get it. I'm like, I don't get it.
You're already more
Elliot?
successful.
My parents beat me senseless if I bring home less than an A. That's what they do
So
professionally.
you have typical Asian parents.
No, I have typical Asian parents because you know what it was?
So
Because
they're
my parents were
so-
immigrants. My
they're
parents
horribly disappointed with you. Then,
Yeah.
I'm
They,
gonna say.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, my parents were immigrants, and I believe it's not just an Asian thing about just being like very diligent with your work, but like because they went through hell when they moved here. You know what my dad did for a living? You know what I never knew this till like college when I finally talked to my dad or whatever. Because you don't talk to your parents when you're Asian, you just
Yeah.
obey them. He told me
Lumberjack.
his first job. What's so funny?
Is that true?
Dude, you never talk to you don't even think
have
about
white
asking
parents.
your
You don't
parents
care.
personal questions. You just
This is-
obey.
Wait, this is making sense from what you said earlier this morning about you need to work out or else you get violent. That's years of not talking to your dad.
Yeah, it's
You
all
didn't
built
get
up.
I
hugs
know. He
enough.
just goes home from school. He's like, "Hey, mom and dad," and they just go, "Mow."
Yeah,
He just,
exactly.
Like, goes to his room.
What are your grades?
That's
But-
exactly what Bobby Lee said too.
No, but it's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah. No, but this is the thing. My dad went through hell because like my dad told me he's like, you know what my first job? He got drunk one night and he told me I never seen him drunk. He goes, you know what my first job was when I came to this country? I'm like, what? And I thought he'd be like, I was a seamstress or something. He was like, I sold wigs door to door in Harlem.
Wow.
And I barely spoke English. I'm like, what? Dude, that is bananas.
What kind of wigs?
Like just black people wig, I guess. You know? No, blonde wigs.
clown wigs.
But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no wonder my dad was like whipping me, said like, you better get good grades, because he was like, I don't want you selling wigs in Harlem door to door.
My dad was completely different. Like he was rough. He was like tough.
Yeah, my
I mean,
dad
he
was
a
completely
cop,
different too. He wasn't there.
But
Wait, your dad was black? Oh snap! Did I say that? Lucas just handed me that note. That wasn't me.
Like I've said, racism is totally fair game on this show.
like my dad's advice is like, don't rape nobody.
Well, your parents
That's
have to be
it.
rich, because if you adopt a kid, you're rich. So your parents
No,
had to have
they're
been
not.
well
They're
off.
super middle class. My dad was a cop, and
Okay.
my mom worked in the factory, like super Irish. Yeah, super
That's
Irish.
cool.
family. There's
I like
five
that.
of us. There was 5 of us.
Oh wow,
I'm
and
the
they're
youngest.
all Asian.
No, 2 white girls.
So some Angelina Jolie
yeah,
action
it's
here.
crazy, but they're not.
So you're like the
Angelina
Pax.
Jolie.
You'd be the Pax or the Maddox. I can't remember which one
Yeah,
you'd be.
You know, dude, I'd hate to be Pax. Like, no matter how successful that kid will be,
Oh yeah.
he'll never be white. That's,
Exactly.
That's the problem. Like, and he's got to live up to Angelina Jolie,
And Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Hey,
Those are your parents.
Real quick here before we'll do more shows and stuff. McLovin's this is the 6th time he's pointed to Hollywood info.
Have you seen his shoes lately?
you
He's
do-
got a hole. His
I know
toe is
he's
sticking
such a.
out of.
But before we have to talk Hollywood info, so he stops pointing at this. So tell some crazy Hollywood stories so McLovin can move on.
Well, it's funny. When I walked in, I see you got the big poster of Fergie on the wall. Who I love Fergie. I've always loved her. But I know people hate on the Black Eyed Peas. Like, I don't care if you call them corny. I like them, but I love her. Skank or not, I love her. And I was just telling McLovin when I came in, there was one night at the Hollywood Improv that I was getting heckled from some drunk girl. And it wasn't like bad heckling, but, it was just the girl that responds too loudly to rhetorical questions. So I'm like, yeah, because, I'm doing this. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so finally I was like, hey, bitch, calm down. Right? And she's like, okay. And then I came off stage and everyone's like, yo, that's Fergie over there. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and it was her and Josh
Duhamel.
Duhamel.
Yeah.
I always mispronounce his name.
You say
Duhamel.
Josh douchebag.
I always say Josh Duhamel,
like
but it's
her husband
Josh
more than
Duhamel.
her.
No, this is a thing. So I go outside. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was Fergie. And then Josh comes out to smoke a cigarette. And I was actually going to go up and say, oh, hey, what's up? I want to just introduce myself. Before I said anything, he was like, hey, what's up? I just saw you on stage. You know what? when you see a good-looking, famous Hollywood actor from Transformers, you want him like, I bet this guy's a douchebag. I bet he's a jerk. Couldn't have been the nicest, sweetest, more sweet guy. And I'm like, damn.
He's a North Dakota boy.
That's what I found out. I talked to him because you know what? That show that night was for some benefit for a North Dakota flooded town.
Yeah, and Black Eyed Peas did a concert for them as well.
That's exactly it. He was so nice. We talked for we talked for 20 minutes. Never rushed me. Never was like, hey, I'm Josh Duhamel. Like, he was never like, I got to go.
I'm Douchemel.
I'm Douchemel,
man.
And I was like, dude,
Did you guys make out?
Yeah, we totally made out, held hands. And it was really, he was so nice. He was like, hey man, he's like, I can't, he's like, comedians, and I always notice actors are always impressed. He's like, comedians, you guys impress me. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you guys memorize lines.
That's how it's so weird. It's like every industry. Like actors do it to comedians. Yeah. Stand-ups do it to improvers. Like I get it a lot from like when your stand-ups will come through. Like they'll talk to me. They're like, you do comedy, and I'm like, I don't do your kind of comedy. I do improv, and they're like, man, I could never do that. Like it's so hard. And I'm like, dude, that's the opposite. Like, improv is so easy. Like, that's why I don't do what you do, because it's hard.
We're just being nice. Secretly, like,
thank you for admitting it. Yeah, it's like,
really, give me a sport.
Exactly, and then you pretend to kick a ball around. It's like, I do, yeah.
No, but that's what he said. He's like, I can't believe you do. By the way, and if you to end the story, a little TMZ fashion, she did stumble. She had to be carried out. She got so drunk that her two girlfriends had to, and I could tell what they were trying to do is make it look like she was walking out.
Yeah.
So they had her in the middle. They had her arms around, like, oh, we're all walking out together.
Like a puppet.
Yeah, but she was being it was like Weekend at Bernie's with Fergie.
And then you try to like make it look like you're kind of crazy too, so you make big arm motions.
That's exactly what. That's exactly. Oh, we're out of here. But I'm like, she's being dragged out.
Yeah,
she drank too much at a flooded town benefit.
That's awesome.
But she was being nice. She wasn't really being a bitch at all. So.
I think.
Have you ever had?
I think Fergie has a mush face.
I like that scowly mush face. I like it. I dig it.
Amazing.
I'm with you.
You know she's like 64.
She's a butterface.
I don't care.
To me. Like, yeah, I'm a
What'd you call her, butterface?
Yeah.
Yes.
Body's banging butterface. Like there she looks great, but like if you see her like it just candid, that face is it's banged
That's what's
up.
awesome about men like us. We could like. What's it? Schlepp face.
Butterface.
What's your name?
McLovin.
McLovin.
Chubbs.
Like, look at you, but you could sit here and judge Fergie. Like, that's
oh,
the
dude,
one thing
what you want to hear? What's
with.
awesome? Angelina Jolie, not hot.
You don't think
Not
she's
hot.
Megan
Not
Fox.
for me. No, Megan Fox is hot. I just don't think she's as hot as everybody else thinks she is. Like, I think she'll disappear. Like, I don't think that she's going to be around for a
Yeah,
no.
She's like,
I think
she'll be sawed in half.
My thing with Megan Fox was after Transformers 2 when she had that big meltdown with Michael Bay where she like told him to F off and he was like, okay, we'll see ya. I was like, oh, she'll be done with Hollywood then. Like, nobody else is going to hire her. That was my big thing.
By the way, I've seen Megan Fox in person. From the front, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous face, breasts, whatever. She has a negative ass. Like, she's got a Mila Kunis ass. She has no ass. It's like concave. Yeah, it was like, I saw her like in her little shorts.
This is one of the reasons why I started stand-up.
What?
Mila Kunis, I was obsessed with her.
Dude, I think she's beautiful on the face, but you look at her, she has no ass, and I'm an ass man. I'm like, I was so disappointed. She was at a coffee bean with Brian Austin Green, and she turned around. I was waiting. I'm like, oh, I want to see this ass. It was like he and her had the same ass. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Are you sure
you have to be kidding me?
Yeah. You sure? I mean, I would.
Hey, 90210, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Exactly. All right, everyone. I'm trying to read if there's anything relevant. I don't think there is. Megan was hot, not in person. Jake's confirming as well. So he must have met her as well. Jake.
Oh, yeah,
Random Jake, the texter, met Megan Fox as well. Tickets are still available to see these very, very funny guys tonight and tomorrow night out at Manny's. It's the Asian Invasion Comedy Jam tonight and tomorrow night. Tickets available at montanacomedy.com. Lucas, do you have another show coming up? Anything you want to talk about? Or
randomly?
Yeah, every month at Manny's.
What's coming up next month?
We have Gabriel Rutledge, but
What's
okay.
coming up
So McLovin wanted to know what the big shebang secret is. Well, the thing is it's not a big super headliner like McLovin thinks about.
Yeah, McLovin said, oh, did you trick him into, is it wordplay? Because McLovin told me bigger than any comedian that's ever come to Montana before.
Yes.
I copy-pasted that message.
Okay, so maybe there's wordplay. Maybe this is the, I think I know who it is, but go on. I think I figured it out now. I wish I would have.
No, it's not a person.
Oh.
Okay, so what we're doing in October is we're doing a big comedy festival here. A big competition. So it's going to be from a Wednesday to Saturday. We're flying in 20 of some of the top comedians in the country. So there's like
Am I coming back?
So it's just like San Francisco and Seattle International. We're doing the same competition here.
It's just exactly like those.
Just exactly like those. Where people are going to submit. We're going to take some of the best young comics and we're going to put them all together. We're flying in like agents.
Yeah, we're gonna have LA agents
From ICM. They're coming out here.
Hell yeah. Are you guys with ICM?
and there's gonna be a big purse too to win.
Yeah.
So that was the big news?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the way there's no explosion
like-
at the end of the drum
I was
roll.
waiting for like, what? You got Dave Chappelle?
I know.
I'm getting excited.
Is it-
Like,
Oh,
Literally, the quote was, quote, McLovin, just read the text. You get on the air and read Lucas's text on there, just so you guys, so Kevin and Elliot can see
Let
if
me
this
pull
is
it up
accurate.
here.
Pull up this text from Lucas and read this. This is he's like, hey, you guys, like, I'm going to give you guys the deets on this cool event if you really help me pump up this Asian invasion. And we're like, dude, we're all over the Asians.
This is big. It's going to be huge.
We'll
This will
pump it
be
up.
the biggest
But
event.
just wait for the, here's all we know. Quote from Lucas Seeley.
Oh, it's going to be the biggest comedy event ever in the state of Montana. I promise you that. And I said, oh, come on. And then he goes, it's not Dave Chappelle. And I said, oh, okay, is it Jamie? You know, I was like naming a bunch of other people. And he said, yeah, he's coming in December, but it's not that big. It's not the big
Oh,
news.
yes. DLQ Lee is going to be here in December, whatever. I don't
But
think
you
that's
said
the big
that's
news.
not the big news. So when you said big news, I copied and pasted those messages to Jay saying he has big news.
That is big news.
Bigger than Chappelle.
The reason why it's the biggest news ever is imagine 20 of the funniest national headlining comedians competing in Billings, Montana, in front of
I would
LA
imagine
agents.
it. I would
Come
imagine
on.
it, but if
That's
you
a big
can
deal.
pull Anthony Jeselnik and Amy Schumer and 20 of the best comedians to Billings, I will give both of
what's
you
the
oral
prize
sex.
money?
$5,000.
Will that pull some A-list, some big name people?
I doubt it.
To be paid in egg rolls. To be paid in egg rolls.
It will.
Or another gig.
No, I mean, Kevin, you've done the Seattle and
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Fran. Explain how big it is.
It's a big deal. It helps comics career.
Yeah, because you put it on your resume. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, I was in the Billings, and then they're like, oh, cool, you do international work? And they're like, no, Billings is in Montana. And you're like, what? Oh.
No,
So-
Augie Smith won the Seattle and San Fran, or did you
I think he won the San
Yeah,
Fran too.
Augie's our hometown boy, man.
Is he?
Yeah, he went to school right in that school right there.
I don't be listening all the time.
I don't be listening.
Do you know what I mean?
I like how you go Asian. You grew up
I
white, you
phase
go
out.
Asian sometimes.
I phase out. I'm like,
Yeah.
So you
I don't be
like,
listening
It's so
either.
funny. You love Anthony Jeselnik and Amy Schumer. It's weird, like, to hear other people say,
Yeah.
guys, like, we started with, like,
Yeah, we
working
know.
with.
Like,
Yeah.
I know Amy.
You know, that's what's fun. I mean, Amy, like, the reason I like those people are because, like, I like their style and stuff, but, like, I like Amy because my personal thing with her is, like, she skipped an interview on me, which pisses me off. Never happened. You know, the only interviews.
Why was she in town?
She wasn't. She was phoning in for the roast of Charlie Sheen. But the only 3 people to ever cancel interviews on me, like that I really cared about. I guess there's been more, but the big ones: Justin Timberlake canceled once for Obama's campaign. That was a real heartbreaker. Jeff Dye, Lucas's friend, and you guys might know him
Yeah.
too. Jeff canceled for his tour for his MTV show. I'm like, really?
Was
you
he on his
finally got a
period?
show on? Yeah, I don't know what it was. And then the last one, Amy Schumer missed her whole tour, and I tweeted her, and I was like, hey, bitch, you missed your whole tour this morning or something. And she sent me a direct message and was like, dude, can we do it now? And was like that willing to, and got on the
She's
phone
nice.
with me. And
She's
like,
a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's a real sweetheart.
She was a gem, and she told stories about. She's like, Charlie just called me last night and tried to see if he could fly Anthony and I out, and like we couldn't do it. And then she emailed me back and asked me, please take the Charlie Sheen part out of the interview. Like I don't want him to think I'm name dropping.
It's
And,
weird, like, to meet people you look up to. Like
when you guys met me.
I was just like, oh, who's this crazy meth head? So I like Dave Chappelle. And
Oh, yeah.
I try to stay away, but I worked with him right after he came back. He's super cool. He's very engaging, right? So he was cool. Like, who did you look up to?
Dude, Chris Rock, Chappelle, and
Like-
I met Rock in New York. By met, I mean I've been bumped by him like by 10 times,
yeah,
but he was
of
nice
course.
about it. And then Chappelle, you meet at the store, and Chappelle's like super
he
nice
bumps
dude.
nicely. They're all very nice bumpers.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I
Eddie
bumped
Murphy.
into Steve Carell nicely at the Coliseum in Rome.
you?
Yeah, we literally bumped. I turned around and it was Steve Carell, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude?" And he shook my hand, and then his bodyguard
give
just
you-
grabbed
did
me
he
and they
give you a
walked
dollar?
away. No, I wish, but it was the most random. Like I'm at the Coliseum in Rome, you just don't expect to bump into like Steve Carell.
Right, right,
or
right.
anybody
Like I was
that.
telling them earlier, like,
Oh yeah, tell the story.
Eddie
dude.
Murphy is the reason why I do stand up. Like he's the reason why our generation does stand up because he's our Richard Pryor. So I went to go to like this super A-list Oscar party. The only reason I'm there is because my college roommate is the founder of YouTube.
Oh, really?
So
Dude, you've got some hookups, man.
Yeah, he gets
do you just
invited
get,
to all this stuff. So
do you post something and get like 9 million hits on
No,
They just
not at all.
jump
Not
it up
at
for
all.
you?
I'm so lazy. Like, here's the greatest.
But can he just do that? Can he just dial it
he
in?
doesn't work there anymore.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
he just gave it up.
Retired.
This is going nowhere.
What was funny is I'll never forget the first day he released the site. He goes, Kevin, you should put your stand-up videos. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I hung up the phone. I'm with another college buddy. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. 6 months later, he's on the cover of Time magazine. I'm like, ugh.
You're like the Wink. You should have been like the Winklevoss twins.
Yeah.
You should have come back and been like, "That was my idea.
It was called Kevin Tube.
Yeah.
I needed a place to
Shea
put my
Tube.
videos, and he."
So we're at this Oscar party. I mean, every A-list, like Jennifer Aniston's there, like Steven Spielberg is there, which I think Steven Spielberg. I don't think it's real, but he had all these people around him, and I think he's like stealing ideas. Like you can see him sucking in ideas, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Anyway, so I see Eddie Murphy, and I'm like, I don't get starstruck too often, but he's there, and it's an outdoor dark party. He has sunglasses on and like a weird Sgt. Pepper jacket. He's just dancing back and forth like a street hobo.
All by himself?
Yeah, all by himself. And I'm like, I'm not messing with Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with Eddie. I don't want my idol to bite me in my face. I don't want him to zombie attack me.
That would be like the. I love telling this story, and as comedians, you'll probably appreciate this. But Chad Korb is a buddy that used to do improv with me up here, and then he moved down to L.A. and Lucas knows him well, and he's kind of starting. He's starting slow, it seems to me, but kind of doing some rooms here and there, getting to know some people, and he loves Bill Burr, and so he went up to Bill Burr after one of his shows, and he's like, Bill, man, like huge fan, great set. I was wondering if sometime, and when he got to the word sometime, Bill goes, absolutely not. And turned around and he goes like, no, I was just gonna see if we could like have lunch together or something. He's like, no.
No, why would you do
You
that?
realize you just asked him out on a date, and then Lucas
No,
did.
I did it before. See, one time at the Improv, like I've worked with Bill before, and we were just chilling at the Improv. I'm like, hey, dude, could I like take you out to lunch and like pick your brain? He looks at
Why
me
would
like,
you do that?
and he's like, yeah, he's like, you don't need to take me out. Just ask me anything you want. I'll tell you. So we spent like 45 minutes. I was talking to Bill, asked him his like writing process and all that stuff. He was cool about it, and I told Chad about that, and so I think it got in Chad's mind that I would do this because I did that to Dane.
Well, you just don't like. That's such a weird thing to do. Like this weekend, he wants to do a Q&A with all the open micers in town. I'm like, I'm not doing that. It's weird. Like if they come to the show and want to hang out and have a drink, that's great.
Exactly.
But like to go somewhere
separately.
To me, there's all kinds of awkward, and to me, I'm not that narcissistic. I am that narcissistic, but I don't want to do that.
That's what. See, to me, I can see where you're coming from. Where to me, like it is my narcissism, but my narcissism makes me want to not do anything I don't want to do. So it's like if you're gonna, if Dane Cook comes up to me and is like, "Hey, can I take you to lunch?" Sure, because I'd like to have lunch with Dane Cook. If some douchebag off the street's like, I love your radio show, can we go to lunch? It's like, I'm not going to waste my time and like have an awkward lunch with you.
It's a very awkward thing.
Yeah, it's just like, and you got to set it up, and then it's like, so it takes up like half your day's plan because you're like, who the hell is this guy? And you're looking him up on Facebook, trying to see if they're a killer.
Yeah.
On my website, KevinShea.tv. So on my website, KevinShea.tv, is a phone number, and you can text me, right? Mm-hmm. And people will text me, and it's always dudes. It's always dudes.
Dudes are the worst fans, man.
And they text, and they go, is this really Kevin Shea? I'm like, yeah. They go, oh. Okay,
and they have nothing to say.
We get that all the time on this. It's like we give out this number all the time, and so people are texting in, get Kevin Hart. You guys are effing hilarious. Is anybody like Carlson? These Asians, I don't know either.
These Asians are what?
These Asians are funnier than Lucas, LOL.
Oh!
Asians
who
are the best. Half-breeds rule. We can't see on a lot of...
Lacy wrote in?
But... That's great.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I love Lucas, man. I'm just fucking.
People do it all the time, where they'll just text in and they'll just say, "Is this Big J?" Like just like, and then you just say like, "Yeah."
And I want to, I'm trying to have a conversation, and they just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Well, I will say the girls though who text, man, they're uppity. Not uppity. They're like bossy. Like some girl at college texted me, and she goes, "I'm bored. Make me laugh." I was like, "You hooker."
Yeah.
No, dude, you're stupid. We should text immediately back. It's like, text me a picture and we'll see what's up.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you do. What are you new in the game?
Come on.
You gotta. If a girl's dude, if a girl's poking you like that, like with her text, that's what she's going for. But she can't straight up be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
He doesn't understand the ethics because he was raised by.
Dude,
it's white people.
When it comes to girls, when it comes to girls and texting, it's like poker. Whatever they do, you gotta raise them. You know, I'm telling you, that's their game. I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it that you seem legitimately like knowledgeable now. Like you really like.
Literally, I'm not a good texter. Like I'm not a good social media.
Right.
Like I'm so used to like face to face.
No, I know, but you gotta learn the game.
Like it's just like easier.
No, but this is the reason texting is better because there's a lot of times girls can't say things in person because they're either too shy or they don't want to sound like a slut. But they'll be really bold in text. Now, if you up their game, dude, I'm telling you, I'm an assassin when it comes to text.
And you're right. He's absolutely right. Look, dude, this is you're talking the assassin right here. Oh, I thought we were in real. Are we in real trouble? We might be in real trouble.
Oh,
because we're late. We get in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, narcissism is so hot. Keep that up so hard. Thanks, Amanda. By the way. I don't care.
By the way, let me share a quick Bill Burr story because I love that you brought him up because like Bill Burr and Louis C.K. are also two of my favorites.
I have a great Louis C.K. story.
Okay, I'll do my Bill Burr. You do your Louis C.K. And
what's going on?
There's a book.
There's a book by this motivational speaker called "Leave Your Funk at the Door." But he gave me a book. Thank you very much.
So who just walked?
That's very sweet. Steve Beck, the author. He's a motivational, nationally acclaimed keynote speaker, and he just wrote me a nice little tag in the beginning of his book here that said, "Thanks, Big J, for all the support. Here's to a guy who always leaves his funk at the door and has a great day every day. You are the best, Steve Beck." He's, look at that. Leave your funk at the door.
15 minutes over. Simon's waiting.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are 15 minutes over. You're correct. And all your commercials aren't going to play, but we do have a meeting?
Oh,
yes. Meeting. Why did I not know about a meeting? Oh, me and you have a meeting, a personal.
Oh, don't worry about my story. Don't worry about it.
Make sure you come to Manny's.
She means sex by meeting.
Oh.
That's why nobody else knows, and she's like,
just come to Manny's then. Let's wrap up. Just come to Manny's.
No, you had sex with, where were we? Who's had sex? Oh, I forget they can hear in the hallway, huh? Yeah. No, we have had sex, though.
Let's hear the stories. I want to hear the stories.
Yeah, what were you?
No, but it's really funny, though, because when you told me your story about your friend going up to Bill Burr, because, like, all right, I've known, we've all comics know each other. I mean, I started in New York, so I've known Bill Burr for a long time before he was known on TV and stuff. And even when he was first starting out, even when he was like a couple years in the game, he was well known in New York. That guy was a house crusher. Everyone like, oh, that's when he went by Billy Burr. I used to bring him up as Billy Burr.
I bet that drives him nuts.
No, he talks about it on his podcast, so he doesn't go by that anymore. So he would just destroy, and I was starting out, and he was a few years in, and I would look up to him, and I would come up, and I would never ask for advice, but I'd try to talk to him like, hey, great, and I was so nervous. I'm like,
so awkward.
It's so awkward. You don't know what to say. And then he was always very standoffish, and him and Mark Maron used to be standoffish. Mark Maron always has...
And he should be.
No, he should be. And then it's funny how I listen to his podcast now, and now when I see him, it's different, where when I listen to his podcast, he's like, listen, when I first came to New York, I was so awkward that he's like, I probably came off like a real jerk, but I was very shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't know how to talk to people. Even people came up complimentary, unless it was a hot chick. I didn't know what to say to people. And it's funny because like 10 years later, like, now I have some credits and he's got way more credits. We do a show together at Comics, which is closed now in New York. And I'm so used to Bill Burr kind of brushing me off. I do the show afterwards. We're in the same lineup. I guess he was watching me in the green room. And he's walking by, and he's like, hey, good set. And I thought he was just being polite. I'm so used to him just walking by. I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I didn't realize. I turned. He's standing there, and he continues the conversation. And I'm like, oh, my God, Bill Burr's actually talking to me. And then we actually talked that night. I'm like, this guy's a really nice guy.
So funny.
Such a nice guy.
The only one that I've heard about that, because all of them have been dispelled to me. Like, every comedian hates Whitney Cummings. Like, I've talked to her.
I like Whitney.
She seems awesome.
She's a sweetheart.
That's the thing. Like, I've talked to a lot of people that people have said are jerks, and they've totally not been. The one rumor that I've heard that has continued to hold up is Daniel Tosh. Heard he, hates everybody. He won't do meet and greets. He hates people. He's surprised he's even in comedy, all that stuff. But I heard all these horrible rumors about him, and then he comes to town, and when he left, all I heard was more horrible rumors.
Really?
Like, the people that worked with him said just like biggest dick, like walks out and like knocking stuff over, like, are you effing kidding me? And like, where's the grass pad for my dogs out by my bus? And like, this is effing ridiculous, and kicking stuff.
Grass
and, like,
pad for his dogs?
Yeah, he brings his dogs. He brings them out on stage with him, and so you need to have part of his rider is that you have fake grass outside of his bus so his dogs can do their business.
The Tosh story I have is like I did the Tosh.0. I did a sketch.
That's right.
And it was the whole scene with me being in a karate suit, and the joke is that I'm supposed to be an instructor, but I don't know anything about karate, and I'm from Pennsylvania, right? That was a joke. I got on set, they were like, can you do the Asian accent? I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I spent a lot of my career not being that.
Exactly.
So they got mad at me, and then there was a scene where it was like, you got to get the pebble from the hand to close the show. He grabs the pebble. It wasn't even a pebble, it was like a rock, and he goes, and he threw it at my head. He didn't tell me he was going to do it. I lost it. I was like, what are you doing? You got to tell me. And he's like, what? That's funny, right? And I got super mad, and he didn't understand it. Like, and the director had to come up and apologize. He's like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do that. So him and I got into an argument at the
Don't you love when people do stuff like that to you?
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean? You're mad that I threw a rock at your face?
He goes, no one else ever had a problem on the show. I go, have you ever thrown a rock at their head? I was like, it's funny, but I'm not that dude. I don't want to be that dude.
Or at least warn me.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
If it's part of the sketch, tell me. And he goes, what, you don't want to be an action hero? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. That's how Arnold got his start. Remember some dude threw a rock at his face.
That's so funny. But he didn't understand it. But whatever.
Yeah.
I think when you get to a certain level, it's just all...
You become crazy. You go one way or
But
the
not
other.
just comics.
Everyone.
Look at how
Anything.
antsy he is, dude. He's so mad we're so late. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we really do have to leave. I keep saying, I don't know why when people are in the studio and get rushed, I say ladies and gentlemen. That's the only time I do it. I feel like I'm a circus master. But ladies and gentlemen, check these guys out. They're very, very funny. Lucas is watching the tickets fly off the shelves. They're literally on shelves, and he keeps them
You
there.
go to Rimrock Mall and get tickets.
You can get tickets at Rimrock Mall or go to MontanaComedy.com. And these guys are going to be performing tonight and tomorrow night at Manny's. And also, if you want to be a local comedian, you can come and talk to Lucas, and these guys will do they'll sit around with you for hours and
It's
answer
all
all your
ages, too,
questions.
so-
And they love doing Q&As and stuff. So if you're a local comedian, want to be a comedian and bump into these guys, they'd love to spend a few hours just letting you pick their brain. And so look for them on the
Just
streets.
come to the show and buy a ticket.
And buy tickets. Yeah, come to the show. It's 10:17. I know. Thank you, Texter. We're moving on.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.